Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yeehaw Lads podcast, episode number 63. We got a great show today. I say that every time, and I never mean it, but we're here to talk about some trucks. We got some memes. We got no energy. Yeah. Not everybody all at once. Okay.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah, all right.
Shut the fuck up.
I should end it here. Anyway, we got some memes because we didn't do much this week, so we're going to do those for about 3 hours, and hopefully everybody tunes out by then. Anyway.
Cool. So this one was me. It says, POV, coming home late from a ride with the boys, and the girl said, be home by 10 p.m. It's currently 2:33 a.m.
We've never once. making fun of the door for making noise.
That happens to me if I get home late. The door squeaks. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Maybe stop coming home at 2:30 in the morning, you goober.
Yeah. Night rides be banging.
Next one up.
Hey, am I going to get some Hawk Tua tonight? Magic 8 Ball says.
Don't count on it.
Immediately reshuffles.
Damn.
I don't think that's how the 8 ball works. I thought it had to, you don't get to reshuffle.
The old lady next door,
Shit.
after I downed 20 beers and decided to play the final mission to Halo 3 at full volume.
Fuck
You
yeah.
wouldn't know. You've never played
Not
it.
into
Correct.
temptation, but deliver.
That song fucking goes
It's-
hard.
The whole everything Halo related, other than 343 Industries, goes crazy.
Fuck, I should replay.
What is
POV, when you close the freezer too aggressively and all the cereal boxes on top of the fridge topple on you.
Better than a thermos.
I love Tourette's guy. It was just my bread and butter in junior high.
Bob Saget.
It was an era.
Bob Saget!
I've still never seen it.
Oh,
count your
it's
dick!
so good.
I
Piss out of my ass! It's literally
Nobody-
just that.
Well,
like,
You motherfuckers!
zero people listen.
pissed!
Nobody knows what you're talking about, and you just sound
anybody
insane.
who gets it. It's if you haven't already, go on YouTube right now, look up Tourette's guy and watch every single video.
Yeah, you
he's
hear
in a
that.
neck brace and like a blue shirt.
You heard that Joanne and my parents go.
And he lives in
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
go. That's why we are the way that we are today. 'Cause
I haven't
watched
seen
that
it.
fucking 1,000 times when I was a child.
We're gonna show you after this.
I
It's
got-
so
yeah,
good.
it's so good.
I've got a lot of stuff to do after
Oh,
this,
God.
or something. I don't know. Anyway, next memes.
I don't really give a fuck if this onion that I've been storing in my refrigerator in this plastic bag for the last 2 weeks has absorbed a bunch of toxins from the plastic. I used to smoke crack and then crawl around in someone's attic looking for hidden listening devices inside of the fiberglass insulation. Delicious. Don't be a pussy.
I could eat an onion like an apple.
That's fucking insane.
Fucking,
It's
he's
so
my new hero.
It's so not made for that.
I
That's
saw it. I was like, I
crazy.
fucking hate onions, but man, this dude got a point.
Let this dude
He
spit.
be spitting.
Point of view, you walk into the steel chair store with a pocket full of magnets.
Oh God. Oh Jesus.
He's getting absolutely beat to
That's like
death.
50 fucking chairs. The whole audience.
Everybody.
Nah, fuck these guys.
Have you guys
Oh God.
ever seen that meme? And it's like
No,
John
no.
Cena.
Anyway.
It's the Christmas special. And
Oh,
everybody's
yes.
like, open the box. And he
Oh,
opens
yeah.
the box and he pulls
A
out a chair and
chair.
looks at the camera with this big shit-eating grin on his face.
Oh my god.
fucking
I think I may have
hilarious.
actually seen it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is this a Subaru thing?
No, this is a Honda meme.
Honda, bro.
Okay,
Come
cool.
on. Damn.
That goes hard as fuck.
It looked like
It looks like it's taking the.
no,
grass,
it
too.
literally is. Like when I first saw it, I'm like, it worked. What do you mean?
Like, look under the car.
yeah, it worked.
No grass clippings.
Joke's on you. That's just a tub. There's actually a mower on the inside of it.
It'd make the same amount.
with a
just
bagger
a
on it or
roller.
something.
It's the same
yeah.
amount of power. I'll be honest. Name one difference.
Oh,
That's
this
so
is long.
good.
We can skip this one.
Save
Okay.
this one
You want
for
to
the
say this one
last.
for last?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's like a minute and a half.
Bro
probably.
sends me stuff. We never play my memes. Okay, here it is. Let's
The
skip
next
it.
one is only 9 seconds. It's funny.
just like you.
Is
on
it,
God.
Nick, this
No.
is for you.
Oh.
Are men okay?
No.
No.
Yeah. I was
Now-
just like, I love this. I love all of it.
And y'all
I need to
yell
share
at
this to
me for
people.
brain rot bullshit.
That is unbelievably deep cut.
I know.
and it's killing Nick right now. That's how good that is.
I'll send it to you if you want to share it.
Please.
God,
Dude, my algorithm on Instagram the last probably month has been so good.
Mine used to be like that levels of good, and I don't use the app for a month, and now it
Oh yeah,
sucks.
so that was probably like the most deep cut one I've seen in a while. But like, boy, the shit I've been seeing and just laughing hysterically at lately has been pretty good.
my feed's just horribly racist. I can't change
say
it.
about you.
Anyway, back to the Subaru memes.
Yeah.
Subaru owner is dealing with the 23rd head gasket to explode in the McDonald's drive-thru.
Just a kid just fucking.
Wait.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure that's how you figured out your car overheated. Is we pulled off the interstate to McDonald's, and you're like, "It's really hot right now. I'm gonna go drive around." Because I remember,
If I drive,
Yeah, we were getting breakfast that
if
one
I
morning.
drive over 70 miles an hour for half an hour on the highway, it just fucking skyrockets.
it just gets hot. Why does it get
Mine
hot?
gets hot when I'm down a gallon of coolant out of the 2-gallon system. So you know.
Mine doesn't get hot because I didn't buy a Subaru.
Well, I mean, my $115 radiator fixed it.
That's
so.
very expensive.
I know.
You could have got one at Rock Auto for like 40.
Yeah.
Is it
You
aluminum
know.
and the cool and welded? And
No, it's a single row.
Oh.
Single row. Automatic transmission one because it has the things outside. They don't sell a manual transmission replacement.
Is the one in yours have the transmission loop?
No.
Or no?
Well,
The one that came out of yours, did it have a
No.
transmission loop?
no.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, there was no ports. There's nothing. It's just a
Just plumb
radiator.
the coolant in there
That's it.
too. Just put it to both sections.
Yeah. So
Think
yeah.
about the cooling you're missing out on.
I just left them open.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
care.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Next one up.
Every time I work with stainless steel braided AN hoses and fittings. Alice in Chains reference. It then goes, I'm bleeding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait till this gets copyright claimed.
Yeah.
Like, and there was a
That
bit-
little pause in the middle hopefully did it for you. Or, you
I'm
know,
hoping so.
helped.
It's why I
Probably
threw
not.
it in there just
Thought it
because.
was a little funny. This is a good segue. This is me working on
our
this
sponsor.
stupid fucking F-150 that I'm so sick and tired of dealing
Done with that fucking thing?
No,
Oh, he's
and
got
I'll
a
get into
story.
that momentarily. The meme says, when you need a mechanic to fix the issue, but then you remember you are the mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me inside my garage, and it's 2 a.m. on my phone. Hey guys, Chris Fix
Oh
here.
my god! The fact
I love those.
the fact he owned a Ranger Ranger Explorer platform,
Dude, oh my-
life changing.
It made it so easy, but there were times where it's just like, I fucked up.
You're like, I don't know what to do.
So it was funny today because my aunt had sweet corn from the farm, and I
What
had
a
to-
wild
and,
segue.
and I had to pull around the teardrop,
And he had enough about it.
and
All right, I'm out.
she said something. I turned the radio down, and I stopped, and I was like, "What did you say?" She goes, "Your car's squeaking." I was like, "Yeah, it fucking does that." She's like, "Okay, well, be safe."
She comes to the window, knocks on it. Chris Fix here. You're like, what the fuck is?
If she made that
Skinwalker?
reference, I would probably shit my pants.
She's a demon. Oh no.
Speaking of Chris Fix, the truck is still running of his.
Still?
Yeah,
What a
that little
guy.
Ranger, he moved
That
down
old
to
one?
well, yeah, he moved down to Florida. He did like a major life update recently.
Oh Jesus.
He was
only-
affected by the flooding.
That happens.
So
yeah.
and his Ranger, like where the floor meets to where the water is, it's like fucking right
right
there.
in line with it, about
Yeah.
to drown.
Yeah, he was like getting a video of it. It's just like, I just want to make it real quick. I was affected by the flooding. The Ranger still lives, by the way, but I'm gonna get back in the truck because there's alligators here, and I already stepped on one. Later.
Big Florida moment. Unbelievable.
Brian, you should pull up that clip of that dude shooting that fucking walrus.
That
No.
just mentioning that I think is gonna get it.
I don't know
flagged.
where that would have went.
Yeah.
It was on one of the pages that shit
shit.
posts.
It was on Live Leak, and that website got taken down a few years ago.
Unfortunately.
It's lost media.
R.I.P. Live Leak. Back in the day. Anyway, we'll just dive
No,
in.
the site to go on was Best Gore. Rotten.
Bro, this is why you have issues.
Pain Olympics.
This is what happens.
I didn't say I went on there. I just knew of them.
Unsolicited internet access was not a good thing.
Yeah, I met some good friends from it.
This is actually
They're going to be at the wedding.
hell yeah. Hi, I'm Corey Adams.
I'm sorry.
I'd be like, who the fuck are you? Oh my god. Anyway,
I'm gonna make both yous, Corey
both
and
of
you,
yous.
name tags, and then when you get there, and be like, "Hey, Corey, you're Brian today."
Here's your name tag. I'd be like, what? I'd be so confused. Have it all planned out, start to back. Have a seating chart. It's just only our names on it. Like, hey,
Reserved for
Yeah.
Allison and
you just
Corey
fucking
Adams.
move everybody around. You're like, you're sitting together now. It's like, why? I don't know.
It works. Don't ask
Nope,
questions.
it doesn't work.
Alphabetical order AB.
Speaking of works, I did a bunch of work over the weekend and did a whole bunch of cool things.
Yeah, what'd you do?
So
Oh, okay. I do know about this.
I got bored.
Ah, hell no. He chopped the bed off.
Well, the bed's already been off.
Oh, okay.
I chopped the bed off 2 years
Damn,
ago.
those bedsides look like shit.
These things are
Yeah.
forgot about it.
These things were rough.
when we
So-
were
wow.
bullshitting about it, I meant to ask you. I was like, "So, how decent a shape were those in?" Because I think the last time I saw them, they were rusted to fucking shit.
Really bad shape. So I took 24 inches out of the wheelbase of this truck.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more. Maybe it was 26. I don't know. It was a lot. It's down to a 108-inch wheelbase, down from 134. So I took a fucking ton out. As you can see, the fact that this
yeah.
overhangs both sides by a
Yeah.
ton. So this was Saturday. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to cut the bed skins up, make some quick brackets on the truck. I'm thinking like 4 hours. Like, it'll be easy. They don't need to be perfect, whatever.
It was 6 hours per side. Wasn't it?
I fucking wish.
Oh God.
Uh,
Okay.
Saturday was an 8-hour day. I started at noon. I'm like, this shouldn't be too bad. It's 8 p.m. and I'm like, they're not even close yet. And then Sunday was another like 4-hour day. So I guess it would be 6
yeah,
hours
okay,
per
yeah,
side,
yeah.
but about 12 hours of time went into this.
Good lord.
Sick.
So I take my long ass, goofy ass fender, and I make some quick dimensional lines and some trim cuts and stuff.
Cut off all the cancer.
Pretty much, and there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
So to get to keep the wheel well centered, I started from there and measured out to both sides because I could cut this anywhere, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
I need to start in the center so I have the most
Yep.
meat left because
Yeah.
that's where it's
Oh,
around.
and you want to be proportional too.
Yeah. So I started from the middle, marked my edges out, did some quick math to get it close, and here's just a quick length cut.
Okay.
And I didn't have to retrim the length. I liked that a lot.
Yeah,
It turned out
nice.
actually pretty solid.
It's not bad.
They don't really fit the tire yet.
Well,
Yeah.
no, but you have room to go because there's a lot of fucking rust there.
Right. So what I did is I looked at the front fender. Thank God for 50 megapixel camera.
Damn.
I measured this distance here off this body line.
Oh, to that fucking body
Okay.
line.
So because
okay.
the fender shares the body line all the way back, and I took and transferred that height onto the fender.
Yeah, that fender just sitting on your tire is pretty close to. It's only what 4 inches off, 5
yes,
inches off.
that's about about 4 inches off.
Yeah.
So
So
I
it'd be 4
trans-
inches above the tire, but yeah, you're
Yeah.
in the ballpark.
So I measured that. That's 2.5 inches or whatever. And then since it's sitting on the tire, I could measure the distance from this mark down to the tire. This distance is 4 inches, and I could just trace 4 inches all the way around this
Nice.
to get the
Yeah.
radius correct. Here's a little update on that. So I just made a mark here and then moved over, stayed on top of the tread lugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could see, because measuring this doesn't really fucking
No.
work
Yeah.
because it's gone.
Yeah, it's all gone.
So going from the tire up actually worked really well. Of course, I'd done some math to figure out how much I needed and stuff, but
Yeah.
I didn't know if you just grabbed it, spun the thing around, and then like traced the outside of the tire on it or something.
No,
for,
I
like, to get
actually-
close to a radius.
I did marks. This is the other side. You could see how bad, like I'm touching the
Yeah.
rust on most of it.
Yep. That's
But-
how my fender trimming went on the Jeep too. I'm like, well, it's got less cancer now.
Yeah, like I cleaned it up a little bit, but
Yeah.
so I trimmed out this big old fender well here, and then ta-da!
Yeah.
I skipped a lot of.
So do you have? Yeah, I'll say, do you have like how you built the brackets?
Yeah, do you
and
have,
stuff?
like,
I
the back
have a
side?
picture towards the back. We'll get to
Okay.
in a second, but you could see there's just bolts coming through the side.
It's fine.
because it's too thin to weld to, and I got a lot of the rust and garbage out of it.
Yeah. No, that looks very nice.
It
It looks like a
I got
normal
the
truck now.
got the body lines actually somewhat lined up without too much effort.
Yeah.
So you could see here kind of
Okay.
what I did.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I used the bolts for the bumper. So
Oh,
already
yeah.
1/2 inch bolts at the very
Oh.
back. Welded a tube to it, and I've got plate gussets to the inside. So I did these lower ones first to get the angle kind of right, and then bent it into place and put the uppers in to kind of tie it tight to get it upright and square and stuff.
Now, are you going to do anything to tie both sides in together?
Once
I
I-
know eventually once you do the cage.
Once I do
you'll-
cage, I'll redo all this. This is as good as it needs to be for now.
Okay.
I didn't want to make it a pain in the ass to get on and off.
No, but like, I mean, I would just put a solid piece of rod front and back and then be
But
done.
that makes it one big piece instead of a bunch of little pieces.
Yeah.
Because I did this all up by myself.
Well,
And
yeah.
I couldn't reach the crane because there was shit in the way. So I'm like one-handing these fenders trying to get them up into place.
fuck.
They're also
that.
paper thin. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
they're probably decent, but it's
and
like
razor
don't,
sharp.
Yeah, don't fucking crunch them as you're trying to like make the truck look pretty.
Oh, they were plenty flimsy. I
gonna-
actually bent this one back out because it was bent
Oh,
way
yeah.
out. So I like just pushed on it till it was somewhat
You're gonna
flat.
put,
funny
like-
how radius both the fenders look now. Like
Yeah.
they are just fucking big circles.
Yes.
You gonna put any like fender flares on or something?
Not for now, no.
Okay.
So this is just temporary until I do cage. Once I do cage, I'll
Yeah.
redo all of it. But it just needs to look less goofy.
No, I like it.
Because without the bed, it looked fucking. Because you couldn't see anything back here, so you would see cab and then tire,
Yeah.
and nothing. This helps fill it out and makes it look way more normal. And of course, I had to flex it to see.
Christ.
Because why not?
I had to
Oh,
flex,
see if it hits.
see if it hits. Yeah.
Face down, ass up.
You could see everything underneath it. Let's zoom in. What do we got? This tube's broken. The vent tube
Oh,
for the
yeah,
axle's
tube for the
broken.
axle.
Other than
Nah,
that,
who gives a shit?
everything's holding up rather
As
well.
long as it's just a vent tube.
Yeah.
You don't really need those.
Well, it fills with water when the tube's cut open,
Well,
so I'll have to fix that. But
Just put some JB Weld over it. It'll be fine.
so out of everything it did, it flexes it up a little bit from the frame moving
Yeah, but that's fine.
until it hits the cab, which it just does. But this is at full flex, as much as I can get out of it. And it's just there's a perfect like 1-inch gap all the way around, exactly what I would want it to be. This is 34 inches off the ground on one corner.
Hell yeah.
Any more, it would start to pick up this other tire, but she is tucking the tire.
Nice.
Are there any more pictures? Yeah, just over here. But like, it looks like there's a bunch of wasted space when it sits flat, but
But
it
not
uses
really.
it uses every
uses
millimeter
it.
of it. Like from the side, you can see over the frame all the way through. It looks weird,
Yeah.
but when it uses every single bit of it,
Yeah.
You like
Exactly.
I don't know, technically put like a fender well in there,
I could.
just kind of like
Yeah.
half-assed to just kind of like black it out, and then it would stop shit from throwing.
I was
Yeah.
debating on it, so
But
think
like
that'd be pretty
when there's a
easy to
cage
do.
there and you have
Oh,
any
yeah.
any sort of crossbar instead of building it all custom now.
Yeah, it's like-
you might as well wait till there's
Oh
any
no,
sort of
I totally understand.
I-
The whole
yeah.
question, the whole reason why I kind of asked about that crossbar is, I trust the bottom support for that, but I
the
mean, I
tops
guess
are
there-
half-inch square, and they're just keeping it from flexing.
Yeah, and I guess there's really not that much weight there either. So that
no,
makes
the
sense.
wind catches it more than anything else.
Yeah,
and the truck kind of vibrates.
Yeah, I'll
a
say
little
going
bit.
down the road might be your biggest concern, but as
Yeah.
long as it's facing forward, you should be okay.
Yeah, and these are all just like hand tied. I didn't go crazy.
he's just
or
going
anything, but
60 mile an hour in reverse.
done it. But I used bolt holes that already all exist.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to drill anything or weld to it, so it can all come off still.
It's a little dirty, but it's functional.
Yeah. So what I was gonna do, since you're talking about bed skirts, is I could take this angle here and bring it forward to right here where the frame dips, and put another one there. Then I could put plate across it
Yep.
to like triangle the backside out.
Yep.
But
But yeah, you might as well just wait till the
now I've been
cage
looking
is
at, I've
done.
been doing cage work now on mental maths and stuff, and I'm probably just gonna put a cage on it sooner rather than later.
Are you doing it in Fusion?
Are
I
you
don't
gonna
use
do?
Fusion.
Or God damn it, SolidWorks.
Not yet, but I'm going to soon.
Yeah,
Fuck,
how-
I've got a lot of cool dimensions.
Are you gonna do
drawings.
sliders first or cage?
I'm gonna do it all at the same
Okay,
time.
fair.
Because
You're already there.
the way the sliders work, they're gonna drop here, and the cage is gonna tie up to them. Because otherwise, they have to run to the frame, which is so far away.
Yeah.
I go to one of the
Gotcha,
pictures of it
gotcha,
flexed.
gotcha,
That way, I
gotcha.
can see the frame.
Cool.
Yeah, that frame is.
The frame's there. This is like 18 inches or something.
Yeah, it's out.
Because the
It's
frame's
gonna look weird.
the whole frame's only like 36 inches wide. The truck's like 80 inches wide. There's so much distance to cover that if there's no vertical brace, it'll just flex it.
Yeah.
Is what I'm assuming.
No,
I got
I would. Yeah.
But-
you're gonna lose a lot of rigidity with that much of a distance.
But yeah, once I put a cage in there, it'll tie it all back
it'll
together.
tie it all
Be
together.
way stronger. Keep all the shit from moving independently.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of looking and drawing and kind of guesstimating for my cage. So
Gotcha.
once the Fiesta's done, and then the fit needs no more work, and then everything else is done,
Yeah, same. I
then
feel
I
you,
can
brother.
just do this. You
Yeah,
know?
once my F-150's done, the Subaru got a radiator today, which is cool. Then I get to do hydraulic steering on the Jeep to be able to load it onto my trailer to take it out to the new place. Once I build a bedroom out there and a bathroom and all that jazz, I'm like, this is not stressful at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of trucks, I have one more truck update, and it's on the other truck.
Oh,
The-
did you get the transmission fixed in the Ranger?
I don't want to say yes, but I don't really want to say no either.
Because you don't know yet.
It's better.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
So what did you do?
So, I've seen people post about it for years, and I never really believed it.
Is this like a just put some magic mystery oil in
It's
there?
not
kinda
quite that
shit,
bad,
like some
but it's-
snake oil ass stuff.
So the whole theory is you just replace this sensor. All it is just it's just an EGR pressure sensor that senses the difference between the incoming line and outgoing line. That's all it is.
Okay.
People say they're like, just replace it and it'll fix all the problems that I've been having. Because the shuddering, the searching for gears, the shaking.
Shuddering is from.
It's usually from
a valve body.
It's from
moving?
an overshifting. Well, there's a bushing in one of the sprag clutches that slips out of the way and it blocks pressure. So it could be from that too. So it's not necessarily perfect, but people for years have been saying, just change this. That's the magic fix. Like an EGR pressure sensor shouldn't change how the transmission shifts that much, but when everything's tied together that much, I guess at a certain point it matters, you know?
Yeah.
So it was, I don't know what day it was, but I was just like tired of it. Like it might have been the night that we were over at Nick's house for the bachelor party because you drove it.
Oh, it did it bad on the way home.
And I was like irritated. I'm just like, I'm tired of this thing being.
You finally got fed up enough.
I'm
with
like,
it?
fine. I've been ordering a bunch of parts. I'll just order this sensor.
So
when
or you go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, when we took it there, I purposely took 251 to see if it would do it.
Oh,
it didn't.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. It's
Then
a weird.
leaving Culver's and going back, it did it bad.
Yeah, it'll shudder and shake gears, and it won't know where to shift.
Yeah, I'll say it's like when you have to give someone a warning about how to drive your vehicle.
Yeah.
It's like, this is now an inconvenience
I'm like,
for
this
everyone.
this thing's 5 years old, and it's done it for 40,000 miles. I'm like, it's got to be ruined. But I'm like, fine, it's $100. I'll just order this sensor and just see.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
So it goes on the backside of the engine, all the way back here.
God, your engine cover's so clean.
This isn't my picture.
Oh, okay. I was like, God,
I was
it's
going to
clean.
say, wow.
I was gonna say, wow, really nice circle.
My
in
whole
there.
truck looks like, oh, jeez. My whole truck looks like this. on the
He's really
inside.
good at cleaning his engine cover.
Yes.
the rest of the engine looks
just
like
the
shit.
engine
Well, he
cover.
probably spills oil on it
Oh,
and then
fair,
cleans
yeah.
that too. But yeah, this is some guy who did a quick write up on it. So I'm just
I
like,
gotcha, yeah.
I'm like, sure, like I'll just steal his pictures for this. So it mounts on the side of the engine here, and there's tubes that run back to the back side of the engine,
Yep.
which is a real pain in the ass to get to.
Oh, especially with the spring-loaded clamps,
Spring-loaded
not just a
clamps.
fucking hose clamp.
Yeah, so you
Which,
can
I mean,
buy,
hose clamps would also suck, but
And
but you can spin them off.
Yeah.
so that top one is a normal spring clip. Is that bottom one actually bent like that?
That's how it is. It's very shallow, and it's bent like 90, so you have to reach up around it
Yep.
with pliers and
God
this and that.
damn it.
You could see it here. Like this one's almost straight up and down. This one goes behind at an angle.
Why?
But these ones you can't replace for
No.
some reason.
yeah, I see that.
So
I mean, you can.
you can buy just the sensor and have to cut your lines in half, or you can replace it for an extra like $30 with new lines.
Motherfucker.
You son of
Well,
a bitch.
EGR, God forbid, there's shit built up in those.
Yeah,
anything
that's
in
true.
those
That's
lines.
true.
But
So
yeah.
I ended up doing that Friday afternoon, I think. And I'm like, I'm reading. I'm like, surely somewhere it's like unhook the battery and rehook it up to reset all the stuff. Nothing. Everybody's like, don't even bother. It doesn't. You don't
make a
have to do
difference.
any of it. Immediately drove it. I'm like, wow, this is so much better. It fixed all the shuddering, all the shaking. The 3/4 shift still hunts a little bit, but it might be from the transmission adaptively learning.
Yeah.
For
Oh, okay.
50,000 miles.
Yeah,
how to do
because
it
it always
wrong.
had a weird reading somewhere. And
Yeah. So
never
I've
had constant.
Because it used to be if you'd go 30 or 35, the truck would just shake like crazy. So it's like anything under quarter throttle now has unbelievably smooth response. It used to be like herky jerky and back and forth, and that's where
Interesting.
that's where it would get angry. And now it does so much better.
Nice.
So I'm like, damn, I should replace this years ago when everybody said it was the miracle answer. But I just didn't see how a EGR
sensor.
pressure sensor that not throwing a code, it isn't complaining about anything, how that would be the thing that's making it act up and drive terrible.
Yeah.
Weird.
Just the one thing in the variable amount of sensors that's throwing enough data and accuracy
Well, it's like
to
my truck.
fuck it
I
up.
finally looked at it. I made a post in the 6-7 Power Stroke group. I'm like, somebody give me a rabbit hole to dive down, because at this point I've replaced it's a MAP sensor, manifold absolute pressure sensor. It sits right up top, near your throttle body, like right next to the wiper cowl. Fucking, it's like $115 sensor, whatever. Originally I cleaned it out, and
Usually you can get away with that.
I was like, yes, it's a sensitive sensor, but at the very least, it's worth a shot.
It's
Oh
at least
yeah,
it went
and-
away.
and they make like MAF sensor cleaner.
Yeah. Well, this is MAP.
Well, yeah,
But yeah,
Same
they, yeah,
shit.
they do
They
make
make-
a little bit less aggressive cleaner
Yeah.
stuff. But either way,
It's like
I
brake
just fucking
clean, but not-
It's electronic
brake
cleaner,
clean,
essentially.
yeah. I brake cleaned the shit out of it. I'm like, let's try it.
Yeah, it gets
It
better
lasted 150 miles, and the engine light came back on. It's
Meh.
the code is
Overboost. or
actually,
something.
hold on, I have it here.
Danger to manifold.
Yeah,
Fucking
all in your laptop, and the floorboard falls off the car.
Something like that.
But yeah, I replaced that little sensor while he's looking that up, and I went from 18 mile to the gallon to 21.
Holy shit.
That's the thing with mine too. Is like I really want to see if this will change my. I actually got pretty good gas mileage though. I've driven. Holy fuck! I had 700 some miles to E. I'm like over halfway through it.
Good lord.
But driving without a trailer hooked up for once.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I haven't
huge
driven. I
difference.
haven't actually put miles on my truck without a trailer on it in a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm getting like 16.5. I think 16.4 was the most I got.
It's really not bad for not having a 10 speed. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's exactly what I thought I would get. Like I was hoping for like 18.
Yeah.
but
realistically 16-ish.
But with this, boost pressure, the code is PCM mass or volume airflow circuit A range/performance airflow too high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm like,
it's looking
what
for
the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, it's looking for a number and it's just getting too much.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Well, a range.
Or it's maxing out the sensor.
It's exceeding the range that normally it wants to see.
So either, like I said, the sensor can go bad or it's in the intercooler system, so
Yeah.
it does get EGR, and my truck had EGR on it for like 65,000 miles, or I think more than that, maybe 70,000. Like, okay, like this engine code's been on for like 15 to 20,000 miles at least. Yeah, very up high.
Is it
Yep,
this
right
guy?
there. Yep.
Let me pop this up. Full
Yeah, it's like
screen.
way back by the wiper cowl.
Oh,
and
it's a
shit.
high quality picture too. Let's go.
Nice.
This guy.
Hey, man.
This easy to change sensor.
Yeah.
But if it goes
But
wrong
I don't
at
know
all-
why it was finicky in the NB. It was fairly dirty, but like I could very clearly see that there's still a tunnel down to the actual
Oh,
sensor
yeah.
and stuff. I'm like, okay, like it's not bad.
Right.
Cleaned it, then eventually replaced it. Then I'm like, screw it. The cold side intercooler pipe is known to crack on this from factory. It's just rubber that cracks.
Is it this?
Okay.
No. That's
Maybe
no.
yes, it is.
Is it actually?
Yes, that is
Okay.
that is the pipe. Yeah.
Let me just pop that up too.
that's
that's
a
a
funky ass
YouTube
looking
video.
pipe.
Well,
Yeah, it's
all
got a. It's
clickbaited,
a.
That's
but
what
yeah.
she said.
It's like a. So you see the little like
It's like a
metal
tape-
dimples on the inside of
Yeah.
that there?
Yeah.
That's a snap ring that you take off first, and then it's like a
Slides out.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, it's kind of a I don't know, like almost
a
like a
slip
tongue
fitting?
a tongue and groove.
Almost
Yeah.
like a shark bite fitting.
Yeah,
kind of.
it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
weird, but anyway, it's a known hosed crack. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Took
Fair.
it off, not a single crack on it.
spotless.
Replace. I'm like, okay, this is a spare now. My buddy had an aftermarket one, which is like a way better quality rubber
Yeah.
with a billet end on it that it
okay.
reuses that same clip, but
But
it's
it's just a
it's on a
nicer-
billet end now.
So
and-
like maybe that plastic housing was
Yeah, I'm like,
degraded and it
anything.
wasn't sealing enough.
yeah, I'm like, sure,
or
let's
and you-
let's throw it
something
on.
fucking stupid.
You've already got it off anyway.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, and like how much is like
Well, that replacement pipe aftermarket's like $300. I gave him
For a
120 because he replaced that with a metal pipe. He did a full
metal
intake. He did every intercooler was replaced with metal
Good
and
for that
metal
guy.
and oh yeah, they're like $1,500 kits.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not spending $1,500
But it
on
looks
I don't
sick
want to
as
spend
fuck.
$300 on the fucking aftermarket. It's $150 for the Ford replacement, or that's a spacer. Yeah.
Have you
Just,
seen this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's exactly. It
Nice.
basically just gets the sensor up out of the
Out of the flow of dirty
flow
gas.
of dirty air, but now
Okay.
mine's deleted, so it doesn't really get
Yeah.
that bad.
Okay.
And I also replaced the sensor, so I'm like, I don't fucking know.
There's your rabbit
like
hole.
seal that bitch.
But
No.
eventually, so I made a
not the
post.
sensor, the tubing.
Right.
Yeah, I made a post. I'm like, somebody lead me down a rabbit hole because there's not
Point
a lot of
me
info
in the general
on
right
this.
direction.
Yeah, I have not been able to figure any of this shit
Yeah,
out.
and so people are like, I also said I have a stock air intake, which is not very common. Almost everybody does an aftermarket cold air
S&B
intake.
or something. Yeah.
I'm like, I have a stock air intake, and somebody's like, I have seen this with just a dirty filter. I'm like, that's fair. I've had it since I bought the truck. So
But with too much airflow instead of not enough, I wouldn't
yeah, I'm like,
expect
that's a
any
weird
filter.
code to give too much air. Exactly.
Yeah.
And the filter is not crushed either, so it's
Yeah.
not like sneaking by the filter.
'Cause
Like,
normally
that's
if
not
you-
bad.
Is it like a stock?
Just a
like
stock paper
Ford,
filter,
Ford
yeah.
filter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I've seen when people switch to an aftermarket one and pull all like the noise restrictors
Yes,
out, then it'll
yeah.
throw codes then because it's
Yeah.
just getting too much flow. It's
Yeah.
too smooth,
So
essentially.
that, and then somebody else said something, or well, I in the post I made, I'm like, this is the tune I'm running. This is the people who
Yeah.
did it.
Here's everything
This is
I've
my setup
done.
because there's also like multiple stage tunes, so you can do a hiss. There's 3 options essentially, and you can do a combination of each. So there's low boost fuel, a hiss, and I forget what the other one is.
It's probably just
Like a higher performance.
Well, no,
Kind
because then
of.
there's
No,
also
it's-
horsepowers like between.
There's multiple
Oh.
sensor
Oh,
or like
okay,
option
gotcha.
lists.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
So you can set it for
So like
whatever.
there's 3 different
It's-
fuel efficiency
It'd be like
sets,
if you want
and
a,
then there's
it'd be like if you want to choose a burble tune or a non-burble tune.
Yeah,
You know, or a
gotcha.
fire.
Focus
pop.
ST
Oh, a
owners
quick
go
throttle
crazy
response.
for that.
That's what
Oh,
it
okay.
was.
Sure.
Gotcha.
And I eventually ran one with all 3, and I stopped running the quick throttle response because it was just
It was
kind
like
of
almost
annoying.
jumpy.
Yeah, it like in like the when I wanted to just control the trans a little bit, I wanted to just downshift a little bit. It would like
would jump.
overdo it or like underdo it, and it was just kind of weird. So
It's
I'm like,
essentially
let's get that off.
simulating like a pedal commander or
yeah,
whatever.
like a
Yeah.
higher percentage of the pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of being linear, it changes it
Yes,
to an exponential.
it's on a curve.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
somebody's
fucking
like,
weird.
honestly, I would change that tune, and I would not do the low boost fuel, which is I forget the explanation.
Yeah,
of it.
there's-
I looked at it at the time. I'm like, that makes sense to run, like whatever. Like, there's no reason not to. So that's
Right.
what I've done.
Yeah,
it,
if it's looking for almost no boost at idle and you're giving it boost immediately, maybe that's what's
Yeah.
throwing it.
yeah, I'm like,
you know.
I don't really know. So my next plan is just to switch that and then drive it around some more. But I didn't want to do it because that was my only vehicle as up until today before
Yeah,
I
you
fixed
start-
the Subaru. So
start-
I'm like, let's not
Didn't wanna
fuck with
burn
it
all
because
your
it's
gas
worked
up.
for
Yeah.
like 25,000 miles. Let's not fuck with
You
it.
just start flashing random tunes, and all of a sudden, like,
And then I
tune
break my
failed.
ECU like somebody I know.
Doug moment.
Yeah, and you're just like, hey, my truck doesn't run anymore. What do I do?
What do I do?
Well, yeah,
Let me
I-
come over.
Yeah, I brought my sister's mower down to her, which is like 50 minutes away. I'm like, yeah, now's not the time to do it when I'm down there.
You
Or
do it-
it's not the time to do it before I go down there. I'm like, I'll just wait until I go to like the parts store or
Doing it
something.
in the parking lot at her house or the
Yeah.
parking lot house. You're like, hey, the tune failed. Can you drive me home?
yeah. Can you do two hours of driving?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I'm
So
stuck. But
but yeah, so
you, got-
I'm
you have rabbit holes to start chasing. At least.
yeah, I'm like, I'll start messing with tunes more. Originally I went from the 80 horsepower tune to 120 because almost everybody who runs these tunes does the 200 horsepower tune immediately.
Right.
I'm like, I don't need it. Like
I
this is
don't
not
need
a,
it.
I have a race car. I don't need that. But like I do when diesels make more power, they use less fuel.
They
so
can
they
get
do
more
become
efficient.
more fuel efficient. So I'm
Yeah.
like 80 is plenty. Like
It's enough.
It's responsive. It has plenty of power anyway.
Like to be fair, it makes enough power stock.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it really makes when you're starting at 465 horsepower
Yeah.
or whatever. Like
Yeah. So I'll say I started on the 80. I did probably 5 or 10,000 miles like that, and then I did the 120, and there was
Mostly for-
maybe a little bit more power behind it, but I'm like, it's not crazy.
mostly
or
for just
anything.
fuel efficiency.
Yeah, I'm
that's
like,
really,
and I was trying to get rid of this code too because I'm like, this just kind of came up out of nowhere. Let's try that.
yeah,
But,
it won't go away.
but yeah. So my next thing is like either something has to break in order for me to fix it on my truck, or I need to go ahead and start messing with all the tunes and just trying to fucking process of elimination and
Yep.
get rid
Yep.
of it.
Yep.
So,
Fun.
but yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so that was my truck. Kind of, I like just like him. I'm like, I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of looking at the light on my dash. Like, it's just an annoying problem that can
I
probably
always
be
find
dealt
it
with.
funny now when the shit box is like, up, check engine light. And I'm like, okay, is it going to be for the evap? Which actually, now I think about it, I have not had an evap code come up since I replaced that sensor,
Good.
There you go.
which is kind of surprising. But every single time I get a check engine light now, it's something for the exhaust, like below threshold. And it's like, don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm waiting
Fuck
for a
off.
light to turn on the Fusion.
Why?
If
Oh.
Shifting from second to third has gotten worse.
it does, just sell it.
Is it still
Yeah.
under warranty?
Planning it. Another year.
Go fucking
Yeah.
just raise hell until they fix it, and then do whatever.
I
you
forgot
want.
what they did the last time because I complained about it.
You should
I don't know what the fuck they did, but it was like great for
You should-
6 months.
Dude, it's free. Do that every 6 months. Fuck them. Like, dude,
gonna
seriously,
have to.
Ford sold you something that's not working. So
You should
they-
replace your EGR pressure sensor.
yeah, there you go. Who knows?
I was already pissed the purge valve went in 3 years.
That's my truck's had no issues other than this.
Yeah.
Other than stuff that they can't
Yeah.
warranty because it
Just-
doesn't throw a code.
Just
Yeah.
take it
Like
in
I never
dealership.
fucking overfill it or anything. Why did that fail?
I always overfill. I just until it stops. I'm like, it's fine. I have a tiny tank for how big the truck is. I need more fuel.
Especially when we're doing a road trip, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
how
I can go there
I
and
got
back.
600
but-
miles to E. I'm like, I got 80.
Yeah, how small is your gas tank?
18 gallons.
Yeah.
The Crown
I
Vic's
think that's
had
the same as the Fusion.
the Crown Vic's had
Yeah.
bigger tank. I think yours is 60.
Yeah, and then pull,
But
you know,
still.
7,000
Well,
pounds
no, like,
behind
if
it.
it's not-
yeah.
towing
At
something,
10
yeah.
mile to the gallon. I'm like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah,
This
I'm also getting
sucks.
10 mile to the gallon, but I have 50 gallons. I'm
Oh,
like, this hurts, but
16.5,
whatever.
but-
Yeah. But I could get one of those Titan extended cells for
Oh,
like
yeah.
$2,000.
Yeah, they're like
Jesus.
this.
As a factory
Yeah,
replacement.
they take the stock out, put that one in.
Fuck
but they're
that.
so expensive.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think the
just
ones for my
put
trucks are
a
like
transfer
1,200,
tank
1,500
in
bucks
it.
at
And you've already
least.
got 50 gallons of fuel.
Yeah,
so you
well,
don't-
my style, but everybody who wants the 50-gallon tank
Yeah.
who has the 30 something, they're like, man, I need that. I'm like, thank God. Like, I'd be happy with it either way, but yeah.
your Explorer had a 21 gallon tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's got a turbo, and now it gets 21 mile to the gallon. It'll be great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mine was NA and got 21 to the gallon.
No, no, I don't like that.
Jesus.
That makes me upsetty spaghetti.
It was a lot slower.
Just like you were chasing codes, I think I might have figured out why my car was misfiring on the rally.
Really? You
Oh,
finally
yeah.
figured that out?
It sounded better when you were pulling up.
Well,
It's not hot.
I hot cycled it. Like I was getting the air bubble out of it, and then I went and beat the shit out of it going down the road, trying to get it hot again.
As God intended.
I'm like,
for
all right,
Subarus.
like let's see. While I was doing it, I'm like, this is the same road it happened when I pulled back into my driveway when it blew up the last time. I'm like, we'll
You're
see.
like, I'm gonna spin around the block, change the route up a little bit.
a little bit.
Couldn't do it twice. on the
Gotta
same
get
road.
this bad juju off me.
But no, it came back. It was good. Like I said, there was a little drip on the lower radiator hose, so I'm like,
That's just
whatever.
so
Man.
cool at settling.
Yeah. But I tightened the shit out of the alternator belt because there was some squeaking
Must be
going
the
on
alternator.
startup. Well, I think what was happening because I saw people complaining and they were doing the bigger alternator upgrade.
Yeah.
So
Going
I'm
from
like,
like 65
maybe-
to like an 85.
Yeah, maybe when it's hot, like it just doesn't like the belt gets a little looser because it's warm and flexing a little bit.
That
Okay.
and you're losing a little bit of voltage because it's starting
Yeah.
to slip on the alternator.
that
It is a brand new
or-
alternator, so it
How new's the battery?
7 of 23.
Oh, that's pretty new.
So
okay.
yeah,
That or
Or
the alternator
Or?
could get heat soaked.
oh yeah,
and the coils.
That's
are-
true.
And
That is very
causing a horrible inefficiency of the alternator, or it's throwing a shit fit about voltage.
You did
or-
swap the motor.
yeah.
Are the crank pulleys the same size?
Ooh.
Are you underdriving your alternator or overdriving it to the point where it's angry? I'm sure they're the same size.
I'm
but-
sure they're the same
They
size.
have to be the
Was
same.
your-
I mean, yeah.
Because
Hold
if
on.
that was the case, it would have been causing way more.
Not necessarily.
not
A 10%
overvolting.
A 10% overdrive.
Oh, shit,
It's more. It's
okay,
more amperage,
yeah.
not voltage. The car you pulled it from, was it an automatic?
Yes.
It was, yeah.
Did you check the crank? Did you put your crank pulley
I have
on?
no clue.
Because I know on my Fiesta, mine was an automatic. Like my car's a manual. The engine's from an automatic. The crank pulleys are different.
I'm gonna write this down.
I would take
Huh.
a. I would just take a look at it just for fun.
I'm gonna at least like Google like, is there
Yeah.
a difference in crank pulleys
or like
between an
look
automatic?
at go to Rock Auto and look at the manual one, look at the automatic
Yeah.
one, see if
Wait.
they're the same part number.
I thought the 1.6, your Fiesta's 1.6, right?
Yes.
I thought it's different from the rest of the cars they were in.
no, the 1.6s are all identical.
Oh.
Every EcoBoost 1.6 is identical. So mine came out of a Edge, I think. No, the small Escape. The engine in mine now came out, or that's going to go in mine. It came out of an Escape.
Oh, what
Gotcha.
the fuck?
So we swapped the front of the crankshaft pulley, and the flywheel, flex plate, all that stuff. So now it's essentially identical. But the cranks are the same. Everything internally is the same.
Yep.
Just the outside parts change a little bit. Yeah. And the engine mounts are different and stuff. But
Okay.
it's all swappable because the motor itself is identical.
Yeah, it's same.
And I
base.
believe it's the same exact outside of the engine as your 1.5. So what I'm saying is,
Mine is, well, hang
we
on.
should put
There
a
is a
1
difference from the old ones to what I have.
yes, but we should put a 1.6
think of it now,
with a
though.
big turbo in your Fusion.
Because
I've been trying to ask if y'all would help me.
You could have a 300 horsepower Fusion.
That'd be so fucking
It'd be awful.
what?
I don't think my 6F could handle that.
How many?
It could
We're gonna
barely handle
find out.
181 horsepower, apparently.
okay, fair.
What engine do you have in your Fusion now?
A
1.5 liter.
And you're gonna change it to a
1.6.
We're going to
but
bore
turbo,
But
His is
big,
turbo.
it. It is turbo.
Yeah.
but big turbo.
But yeah,
Hear
but just throw the Whoosh Racing catalog at
Yeah,
it.
literally. You buy an intercooler.
I could just
and then
put
the
a
turbo.
blow off adapter. That's good enough, right?
No,
That's noises.
it
Just
doesn't
make it piss oil.
Okay, when the Fiesta's done, you can ride in it, and then
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, let's do it. All right, I'm
yeah. Okay.
Hang on. How bad's your clutch?
in the Fiesta.
Yeah.
Brand fucking
it's
new.
brand new.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
You will not get to drive it.
This sucks.
Nope, none of you will get to till it's. So when you
Yeah,
get a
till it's
brand
at
new
least
clutch,
broken in and like.
there's a process called bedding.
Oh,
You
yeah.
drive-
Okay. I
you
thought,
drive
I thought
about-
you meant like you did that already.
Yeah.
No, it's still out of the car. I'm still waiting on the
okay.
turbo. Which
Okay.
should show up tomorrow.
Nice.
But you do a thing called bedding where you drive it very smooth and careful to let the clutch kind of wear in. So imagine you just sharpen a pencil
Yep.
and you push it to the paper too hard, it snaps every time.
Yeah.
But if you write 1,000 words with it, it's perfect. It's that same process. Like if you, while it's super duper sharp and brand new, if you beat it too hard, you'll actually wear it more.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, there's no
Yeah.
proof
It's
either
just
way.
a break-in process.
But with a
Yeah.
brand new flywheel and brand new clutch, I'm gonna be genuinely careful with it.
Yeah.
Of course.
And if
yeah.
I
In a
like-
car you've never driven, so you don't even know how it.
Yeah,
Right.
And if I lay into it, all of a sudden it makes 300 horsepower.
Yeah.
You know, it's
we
like-
love
yeah.
that.
No, that's
So
that's fair.
maybe eventually, yes. But right now, I'm like, it's gonna be very.
It's also going to take
carefully
you
driven.
forever to drive. It's because you have to do
I'm-
short distances too to use the clutch
use the-
often. So like
I
that's a
think-
lot of driving around the local small town.
Yeah, I'm just like drive it back and forth to like Mendota, like on
Yep.
251 all the time.
Well, no,
That'd be
so
good.
you could drive from home
yeah,
through Peru to Mendota, hop
that's
on,
what I just said.
Yeah.
and then take the back roads to Ottawa, and then just do a
Do
whole
like
loop.
a 100-mile loop
Yeah.
every night.
Okay, maybe not
Yeah.
every night, but
I mean, but when gas is $4.30 a gallon for
Well,
it,
you're gonna get Oh yeah.
even at 30
miles.
mile to the gallon. So I did the math because I was like, "Am I losing money here?" The answer is
Wouldn't
always
it be
yes.
like a
Well, yeah,
wash?
because you blew a
'Cause I
shit ton of
spent a
money
lot,
on it.
but- 21 mile to gallon in the Ranger on 87. I
Yeah.
only need to get 26 in the Fiesta to match it.
oh,
with
like
nine-
dollar,
with-
yeah,
with the-
dollar per mile.
Yeah, with the price of 93. So I'm like,
That's
okay,
not
That's
bad.
actually like it should
that's,
get
oh yeah, that's almost doable.
it should get 30 plus
Oh, yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
easily
Oh,
if I
yeah.
stay out of it.
yeah.
If
And you will for the
Yeah,
first
I will.
500 miles. The
Yeah.
second it hits 501,
Yes.
you're like,
Yeah.
all right, full boost.
launch control, brake first gear in half. I've been here before.
Oh no.
Luckily, those transmissions are cheap because they're like the size of like a Nike shoebox.
yeah, hell yeah.
They're tiny. They're so little. It's so cool.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, we'll put a 1.6 in your Fusion.
I'm
and then a
down.
big turbo, and then it'll be unreliable.
Well, no, the Fusions used to have 1.6s and they had coolant issues.
Well, yeah, that's what everybody bitches about about the 1.6. I'm like, no, mine's
Yeah.
one of the good ones. I hope.
Yep.
See,
Man,
that's
that's such a
what
Subaru
Ford told
thing
all
to
of us
say.
2020 owners so
my
far.
head gaskets are fine. I'll never have a problem.
I have a spare.
I've never said that about a Subaru. Luckily, I haven't had that problem.
Yet.
I had one bad radiator
Bro, I barely
and a
knew
bad motor and a bad
But
clutch.
what made the radiator go bad?
Even when I barely knew
beating the
shit about
fuck
cars,
out
I
of
knew Subarus were known for head gaskets.
Yeah,
Yeah. Luckily, not the 2.2.
not yet.
Yeah.
You'll be the
I just
first.
managed to literally.
managed
I
to
posted
blow-
it in the Subaru group on Facebook. They're like, "How did you kill a 2.2?" I'm like, "I don't know, but it's angry."
He was a bad ballerina.
Yeah.
Damn, 2.2 joke did not hit.
Ah, I see.
No,
I see.
I said it, then you said it louder.
Is that what happened?
Yes, I said
Fuck.
2-2.
Well, yeah, but I made the anyway. We suck.
Ha
at
ha
this
ha
shit.
ha ha! So funny.
Anyway, but yeah.
Yeah.
So my turbo should be here tomorrow. along
Dope.
with-
Sweet.
Then I should have all the parts to just start reassembling, and then I got to spend a bunch.
That's
of money.
why you worked on your truck this weekend because you couldn't do
I
any work
couldn't-
on the Fiesta.
I did actually work on it a little bit. I put the front seats in.
Oh, the Fiesta.
Yeah, because I was gonna have them out and get them cleaned while they're
Yeah.
out. But then I realized I'm gonna get the whole car detailed because it's filthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Do you at least want to shampoo before it gets
No.
detailed, or you
'Cause
you're gonna have them do it?
I'm gonna have them
A
detailed
full
because
detail.
they don't. For if it's a pen ink stain, like I think it is, you don't want to put a bunch of water through it. You want to use like an alcohol to
Yep,
boil it out.
to pull it out.
Okay.
And I'm not confident enough to do that.
Yeah, fuck
Fair.
that. Let that be somebody else's
Yeah.
problem. So
Hey,
if you pick it
can you
up and
fuck
it's a
up-
bigger spot, you go, "What the fuck? You owe me
Like,
$2
you
grand."
fucked
in
up my
seats."
seats. Let me call Recaro.
Oh, wait.
fuck.
They're out of,
Oh,
they're
wait a
out of
minute.
business.
Recaro went bankrupt. So did BBS Wheels, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw that.
R.I.P.
Who else?
BBS
Well, no.
Wheels.
It's only
But-
BBS Germany.
Yeah, for now.
Well, yeah. So BBS Wheels Japan and US are still in good standings.
For
It's
now.
just the
Fuck.
German.
But
division.
Recaro Automotive is dead.
Yeah, Recaro Automotive. They made planes for like seats.
They
or,
make Recaro
seats for
Aeromotive
planes.
and all sorts of cool
Yeah, they
stuff.
make a lot of different seats and areas, but
wanna
it's
get-
just the automotive that's not.
You
in
imagine you
good
got a
standing.
G6 with Recaro racing buckets.
Hell yeah.
They're comfy, but not plain
Yeah.
comfy. I wouldn't want to spend like 4 hours plus in them. But I got those put in the front,
Yeah,
and they really pissed me off.
cool.
Why?
Because the door on the Fiesta is kind of small,
It's a
Take the door off.
Yeah,
but
Deep
the
time.
opening for the door is also small.
Yeah.
and they're humongous seats.
Can you not take the back of the seat off?
That's a lot of work.
I mean,
That's
it is,
overhandling.
but
So I'm like, okay, I'll just fold the seat up to get it in there. Sit in the seat, pull the lever, won't move. I was like, okay, maybe since it's not bolted down, there's not enough leverage. So I try it
Yeah.
pretty hard, won't move. I'm just like, fuck, okay.
So they're manual seats?
Yes, all Fiestas have manual seats, but they have heat, so that's really
Ooh,
cool.
okay, that's fine.
But so I'm like, fuck, okay, I guess I have to put them in there upright. I'm like, they should fit. So to like lay them on their side and like wiggle them around. Then they're hitting the door sill and the wheel at the same time. So I'm like trying to fucking shake them through because the wheel's all the way up.
Yeah.
It's a tiny little compact car.
Well, I tried.
Was the wheel pushed in?
Yes, because it telescopes too. It's just like all the way up and in. It would not go anywhere.
Ouch.
But
So I tried to take the seats out of the parts F-150 before I scrapped it.
Yeah.
Well, when you pulled
When
all the
we-
wiring
when-
harness and the ECU and the battery and everything else, and it's a power driver.
you cannot move the seat anymore.
I can't, literally cannot fucking get to move the seat.
Fucking
You can't get
things
to the
are
bolts.
heavy
And the
as
bolts,
shit.
the bolts are under the rails unless you
Yep.
move the seat all the way back. I'm like, you.
It is a ball screw. You might
Motherfucker.
be able to turn it from one side and
Maybe.
like there might
If
be a
you could-
nut on
if
the
it's-
back.
I mean,
Yeah.
that truck's scrapped
Yeah, I
now,
know,
but yeah, I'm like,
you might have been
I told
able
the guy,
to.
I'm like, it's not worth. Like, it was also 95 degrees outside.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
it's not
not
worth me
worth it.
fucking with
Yeah.
it for another 50 or 100 bucks.
Believe it or not,
I
I'd
don't care.
love to, but I literally cannot. do
Yeah,
it.
I also broke my fucking Torx bit on the passenger
yeah.
seat. So I'm like, at the very least, I'm in this 25 minutes back and forth to the parts store to buy probably 3
By a pack of
$10
them.
bits.
Yeah.
and then go at it again. Like, no, this fucking sucks.
Well, believe it or not, my bolts all had never sees on them. Shockingly, like
Oh! The
ev-
one time it was nice.
the one time it's good, I'm like
Yeah.
sweet. So I took them out, finally got the seat into place, put the
Yeah.
bolts in. I'm like great, seat's in. So I hop in the car to try to move it now. Still won't move.
It's all just gummed up with shit.
Still
or
won't
what?
tilt. I'm like son of a bitch.
Jesus.
So I'm like, fine, I'm just gonna put the passenger one in. I'll worry about it later. Get it put in. Okay. Hop back in the driver's seat. I'm like, it's leaned way far back. So I'm like, it's just not right. I'm like pulling on the lever and it won't move. And I'm like, finally I push down on the lever
Oh my fucking god.
and I feel the seat go down. Not tilt, go down.
So like the back
I-
end of the seat.
started to tilt down. I'm like,
Okay,
fuck
so
is-
that was like the Kia. If you push down, the
I know what
back of
handle
the
you're
seat
talking
would
about.
go
Yes.
down.
Yeah.
and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, so then I pull up and I feel the seat like tense up a little bit. I'm like, am I fuck? I'm like, I start like,
It's the wrong fucking lever, isn't it?
Yeah.
I start lifting the lever. It ratchets up and down, like a jack handle.
Yeah.
You pump it to raise the whole seat up and down.
Yeah.
It tilts as one unit because it's a
Yes.
racing bucket.
Oh.
The back doesn't tilt for strength.
Yeah.
So it's one piece like an L shape, and you tilt
Yes.
the entire
Yes.
L
Yeah.
up or down. I'm like, that's fucking not retarded, but I hate it.
I hate that I didn't know about
I'm
it.
like, this makes so much sense. I don't know why I didn't figure that out. Because I'm sitting in it, like lean forward, pull the lever to get to flip up, and it would
Yeah.
never go. And I'm like, the fuck is this? I'm like, are these things broken?
Fuck kind of
Hey guys,
bullshit
Chris
is
Fix here. This is how to adjust your Recaro Fiesta seats.
I'm gonna email Recaro, be like, how do I? Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah. No,
like-
send him an email with like, I know why you went out of business because you're stupid.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
The email bounces back.
They just send it.
Failed to
Unable to
return the
deliver.
sender. Yeah.
They just send it back. No, you. And just, what did I do? But I'm like, oh, you have to pump the handle, like pull it up over and over and over to slowly ratchet it up. I'm like,
Fuck.
that makes a lot of sense. Damn it. Like, why is it so smart?
Oh dang it.
Like, oh, it's a racing bucket. That makes sense why it's one piece and
piece,
doesn't
yeah.
tilt. Didn't put the backs in. Still waiting for that bracket from the other dude, but it should be here.
Oh yeah, he's
soon.
mailing it.
Yeah, he's just mailing me the bracket he forgot.
Um,
Other than that, I think that's all my updates on stuff.
sweet.
Yeah, Turbo will be here tomorrow, hopefully.
Dope.
After that is
So I can
fucking slap it
shave the
in.
block down tomorrow.
So this weekend, ideally, it's gonna be put back together.
hopefully,
Yeah.
as far as it'll go, is it'll start
Mm-hmm.
and it won't move because I need to get it retuned now because it has a
Oh,
gigantic
fair.
turbo
Yeah.
on it.
Fair. Yeah.
This-
So are you just getting it downloaded off the internet?
Yeah. So the guy that everybody seems to recommend, there's a couple places. There's Dizzy, Stratified, and then Tune Plus. Tune Plus is the one that everybody seems to recommend, or the one they have no problems with.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, because like Dizzy and Stratified are kind of like generic-ish tunes. Like they're good. They still do a bunch of revisions, but Tune Plus is the guy. I think he used to work for Mound Tune and was their tuning guy.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, well, that sounds like a pretty good idea. It's like,
Motherfucker knows what he's doing.
he will do infinite revisions over the course of 60 days.
Oh, sick.
So like
shit.
that data
nice.
log,
Yeah.
send it to him. Send
Yep,
one back.
Yep.
like
Yep.
most people, like we do like 5 to 7
Yeah.
to get it like, and he'll get
Oh,
it dialed
to get it perfect.
fucking-
Yeah. Nice.
So I'm like, that'd be, that's kind of what I need is like little test because I'm breaking the clutch still.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
need to, like,
Yeah,
I'm
over
breaking-
60 days. Yeah, you're going to be up to like 10 days and you're
Yeah.
gonna be like, hey, I just broke the clutch in. Now,
yeah,
what do you want me to
like,
do?
It's perfect because I can't do full throttle pulls while he's tuning it because I want to
Yeah.
be careful with it
Yep.
while I'm betting the clutch. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I drove 30 miles. Here's my data log. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like shit. It's going to blow up. Try this. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yep.
So hopefully everything there will work out
Do
pretty
you
good.
have fuel injectors in that or no?
They're stock direct injection. They'll
okay.
support up to about 300 wheel.
Okay.
You can get
Gotcha.
30% over Bosch injectors for like $500.
Okay.
But then you run out of in-tank pump. So then you got up your in-tank pump.
Yep. Okay.
But then right after
so you
that,
just keep it stock fuel because it's
Yeah.
just easy.
yeah,
It's just
it's
such a pain in
still
the ass
like
to upgrade.
almost 300 wheel.
Yeah.
Like 275 to 300 wheel.
Yeah. Which
is
should
about-
be your ballpark
which
with
is-
your turbo.
for a car that made 180 crank.
Yeah.
Is fucking plenty.
Yeah. This
so
is true.
I'm gonna try to keep it there. If I need more fuel just to keep it happy, I'll probably do that. But
Gotcha.
I'd have to do in-tank pump and then injectors and then high-pressure fuel pump, and it gets expensive.
Yeah,
super
real
quick.
fucking quick.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'll probably
gotcha.
keep it stock to like grenade that motor and then billet block and
Mhm.
more. I need more turbo.
And now you have 50 grand inside of a Fiesta.
but it'd be so quick.
ST.
ST. Sorry.
It's not a
With-
neon.
even
It's an
got the Recaro
SRT4.
With the correct seats.
At
I'll
night,
say, yeah, exactly.
at night, Mr. Squidward. At night.
God, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna try to keep it dailyable, smooth,
Relatively okay.
Yeah.
because the turbo shouldn't be super aggressive until
No.
it spools fully. So it
Exactly.
should be very drivable and moderately fuel efficient.
Cool.
And it will run on 91 still, so that'll be all right. Nothing for you can't do E85 without a bunch of fuel mods, and 87 is just out of the question.
Yeah.
It just makes too much compression for that. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Fair.
that all goes well.
Sweet.
Gotcha.
Till I break the
Fun.
fucking trains in half.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Cross that hurdle when we get there. It'll be at least
Exactly.
500 miles from now.
yeah, there's way worse things I could do. Yeah, 501.
What's the tank size in that Fiesta
I
again?
think it's like 12. It's fucking
What
tiny.
The tank size?
Yeah,
Oh,
you mix 3 gallons of E85 and 10 gallons of 93 to get
Oh shit.
E30
Okay.
or whatever.
Miata's about the same.
Yeah, but a Miata's, and
I mean,
it's probably more aerodynamic.
25
It's
plus
more
mile per gallon,
aerodynamic.
It's not going
It's
to be bad.
lighter.
Yeah, if I can get, like, I would like to get 30.
Yeah.
If it gets less than that, then
I mean,
it's-
combined, this gets 29
Yeah.
supposedly. I mean, my friend Corey, he gets.
And I'm not by any means
33.
stuck on this car. It's like I will still technically be in the sellable money
Yeah.
up range. So it's like, I
And
like-
yours will be more desirable because it's like, hey, I just put everything
yeah,
on here.
everything's
Like,
brand new. I put
Yeah.
5,000 miles and it's perfect. Fresh tunes, fresh everything.
Yeah.
Like, here's a perfect car for someone to go beat on.
yeah. If you're like, okay, I'm just going to like cash out and go
Yeah.
do something else.
That's like,
yeah.
I could literally cash out. I could beat on this thing for 5,000 miles and cash out money up.
Yeah. Or cash
Hypothetically.
out that, sell your truck, and then go buy a God only knows
Go
what.
buy a 24 F-150 with a 10-speed and a Whipple.
Fucking, there you go, brother.
Don't give Doug ideas.
Doug, ideas.
Doug.
Just tune,
Just drive it. Don't even put a
tune-
sticker on that
tune-
fucking truck.
Too late.
Tune your
Oh.
EcoBoost. Tune it. No, anyway.
I'm more upset he didn't go single cab.
Ooh, single cabs are so pretty, but they're so useless.
Yeah,
They just,
exactly.
they suck so bad, but they're so fun.
Yeah.
That's why I want a Fiesta. I have room inside.
I'll say, yeah, you know what I want? A fucking Subaru wagon that's like cool.
That's like
looking.
a foot
And they
taller
aren't.
and makes 3 times the
No,
horsepower.
I want it the same exact size as this, but I want like a good drivetrain.
Outback XT.
No, they're still so big.
They're a 2.5 turbo.
Yeah, but they're fucking
huge.
enormous.
Put the
dude.
2.5 turbo
I
in your
saw
car.
in the wild. I saw a second gen Legacy just like mine. It was green.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, and I
they
looked
do
at it in
exist.
traffic. It was on 251 next to Advanced Auto. I was like,
All right.
oh my God, it's so small.
As you're probably in your truck. And
yeah,
you're
I
looking
was
down at
Oh
it.
yeah, I was. I'm like, oh my God, like that's
like-
what I look like.
You're like, I'm gonna die
It
out
literally.
here.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
the Fiesta in pictures looks, pretty normal. Like
Yeah.
in person, I'm like, where's
yeah.
the rest of it?
Yeah.
It's tiny.
Yeah,
Like,
and the
it's-
proportions on the Fiesta are small. The Subaru is just small.
where's the rest of you? Yeah, it's fucking tiny.
Yeah, very small.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, hopefully that turns together pretty good.
hell yeah.
Speaking of things that don't go pretty good, how's your 5.4 doing? how's do you want me to pull up the
Yeah.
one picture you sent me about the 5.4?
Yeah, it'll say a lot.
It'll explain
So
explain a lot.
yeah, so you know how I was replacing the engine in it?
No. Yes.
The transmission's out of it now.
So, would you like to read what's going on here?
So this is a Snapchat I sent to my girlfriend.
Humble brag much.
She's like, "Hey, how's it going on the truck?" I'm like,
How's it
Well-
going? Not well.
Rant,
Well-
rant number 1.
"Yeah." I said the trans is down. Haven't looked at it because I got to grab some like furniture movers.
Furniture dollies.
I brought them to the new property, so I got to go
Oh, so you
there
have to go
tonight
back and get
after
them
the
now?
podcast and grab them so that I can wheel this out because there's no way it's coming on.
Do you need like wheel dollies? I have like
No.
like
I-
furniture mover. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I
but
have
he-
like
he
wheel
already owns
dollies.
I
them.
need those
Well,
also
yeah.
just to have in general, but no, I need to go get them anyway. But yeah, so we're gonna put it on the furniture dollies, roll it out from underneath the truck. But
That's a big fucking trans.
it's
isn't it?
trans and
Yeah.
transfer.
They're still gigantic though.
They're
They
still
are
massive.
big, yeah. But so the reason the trans is out of it now is because it's easier to pull the trans than the engine again.
That is definitely true.
You want to know why I'm doing this?
I would love to know.
Because when me and
You're
Brian
gonna
were
tell
putting
me
in the
anyway.
engine, well, yeah.
allegedly.
When me and Brian were putting in the engine, I didn't really think about it at the time. I never bothered to push the torque converter back into the transmission to make sure it was fully seated.
Fuck.
When me and him were putting it in, it was a cocksucker.
It was tight.
Yep.
Most likely what happened is if it wasn't already out a little bit, when I put the nuts on the studs of the torque converter, it pulled it off the trans. And then when I sandwiched the trans and
was
engine back together,
misaligned.
it was slightly misaligned. And now if I did that, what happens is the end of the torque converter hits the oil pump gear inside the transmission and can crack it and break it. So then your oil pump in the transmission is bad. So
Gotta love those.
the only way to
things.
see it is
to take it all back apart.
Take it all back apart and check if the gear's bad.
Yeah.
Luckily, if it is, I have a buddy with a trans that's never been apart for $150. Like that's not bad.
That'd be good.
Worst comes to worst, I don't even take it apart and I just throw the whole
Yep,
transmission
slap
in
it all
be
fucking in there and
and
be
just be
done.
done.
Assume it's
and you
done.
have a possibly bad trans or bad pump in the trans, but all the rest is good. But yeah, so God, I
Always
dropped it.
gotta be a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Wow,
the
that's
reason I had to take it apart is because I had it all together except for maybe one vacuum line that I was curious about. I eventually found out that it's just a spare line because there was a T.
Oh, so you did find that.
Well, yeah, there was a T on one of the lines that I had that I definitely didn't need. Yeah, like go up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's
The one I'm
that
on?
might be the video I watched.
Probably.
Hi, Chris Fix-It here.
No.
Yeah.
But still. Wow,
yeah.
that picture got way worse quality. Anyway.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it works. Your
There's a
torque
wheel.
converter slides in there. You see the little two dowels across from each other. Yep. The torque converter slides into that. It's keyed essentially.
Yeah.
And that's what drives that gear.
So
is
if those
the
keys
torque
were,
conversions.
instead of being here, they were aligned here, it would
I
then
broke them off.
Smash those keys
Yeah.
right off. With
So-
the torque
And
of
I'm
10
guessing that
bolts.
that's a cast gear that's been milled down.
I don't know.
Maybe,
I'm not going to weld it.
but
I would
fuck
replace
no.
I would pull this entire pump assembly out
Because
of
this
another
is-
trans and put it in.
Because this is inside the trans case. So you have
Yes.
to pull it apart to get
Wow.
to it.
Yeah, and these
So-
transes are also notoriously bad.
Yeah.
So I've watched every single one I've watched of somebody rebuilding this type of trans. The second that they pull the pump out, it's just gears and
Yep.
fucking C clips and just it springs out.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that looks fun to replace. So,
How about no?
so yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
fuck
yeah, this
that.
all sucks a lot.
This is
Um,
this is from a Ford Ranger post, so it's basically the same thing. But yeah, same thing but smaller. What do these pictures
Yeah,
show?
that and E4ODs, the
the like F-150
like your transmission.
automatics,
Yeah. Yep.
Good
Ooh,
lord.
that zoomed
Whoa.
way the
Whoa,
fuck in.
whoa.
So you could see like on this bottom corner here, this gunk ripped out of it. Like it hit that and tore it apart probably.
Well, actually, what happens is the torque converter, it sandwiches it, cracks it.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, but that's what it's destroying is that
Yeah.
area there.
Good lord.
Usually.
So I'm like, do I want to pull the engine? Absolutely
Nope.
not.
Not even
Fuck
a little bit.
that.
I'm like, how bad is it to
is
pull
it
the trans?
fully in and bolted?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, no, fuck that.
went,
Pull the fucking
I went
trans.
to crank it, and it dead stopped. It didn't even turn over. It moved about 2 inches. You can see it on the flex plate that goes in between the engine and
Yep.
transmission. You can see one of the studs did a little mark about 2 inches long. That's as far as
Nope.
it went.
Nope.
Dang.
Yanked fucking trans out. It's a bitch to get back in, but it's a lot fucking simpler than a fucking engine.
The engine
Yep.
was a pain to get.
Yeah, the engine is a pain in the ass. There's so
it's-
much shit
It's
to
a
pull
weird
off of
fucking
it.
angle. You got to get it down and then
Yeah.
set it flat and then push
The
it
trans
in
isn't going to
and-
be easy to get back in, but
It's still
I'm
gonna be better than
way
a
more.
fucking
I'm
engine.
hopeful
Compared
I'm
to
way more
lining up
hopeful.
the engine mounts and the exhaust
Yeah.
and the transmission
No.
all at once.
You just jack the fucker
But
up.
I did have to
and slide
split
it in.
the. So the exhaust eventually goes into Y.
Yeah.
I had to split that apart to get
Yeah.
it out, and then.
but it's
take
already
the-
been apart, so that
Yeah, it was well. The clamps on the backside were not,
Oh,
and
sure.
they're like a factory style clamp.
Yeah.
and they're also like
So the
there's
minute-
a little nipple on it that's grooved, and I had to get that off, and I had. I air hammered. I
Yep.
air hammered the
Beat the shit
pipes
out of it.
open and fucking
Yep.
split them out. I'm like, all right, we're good.
Straight pipe it. Fuck it.
Oh,
Yep.
We're so back.
But yeah, so I'm like,
So now you
yeah,
can put a ZF6 in it and fucking bang
I
gears
just cannot wait to have this fucking thing done.
just to be over with
Like,
it.
Well, the second it cranks, if anything else is wrong with it, I'm tapping out. I will not touch it again.
Look, Grandpa, it starts and idles. Have fun.
I'm gonna tell him like,
I did everything.
literally,
I
I don't care if you get $1,000 for this. It's not worth it for me anymore. Like,
Yeah, it's
take it to a
done.
shop, have them finish it. I'll tell them everything that I know. I'll help them with whatever they
Yeah.
want. But I'm officially
done.
over it. I'm done with this thing.
This thing is
Tap it out.
literally killing you.
My uncle called me on the way over here, and I was telling him, I'm like, yeah, this and this and this. He's like, oh my god. I'm like, I'm sorry I asked. I'm like, no, you're fine. Like, I'm glad somebody cares.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm over it, but
I told my grandpa 2 weeks ago to be running, and then it was a day after I told him it was going to be running
You
is when I tried to
lied.
start it, and then it fucking just dead stopped. I'm like,
it disintegrated.
what
itself.
now?
Yeah.
So,
So you find out it's the crank's broken half, and it's completely unrelated to the trans and everything else in life.
well, the
sucks.
crank still spins everything over fine. The second
true.
I took the bell housing bolts out and got like a quarter-inch gap
fully disconnected.
in between that to then take the nuts off of the torque converter.
Yeah.
The torque converter spun. I'm like, okay, like it truly
Yeah.
was the fact that it was all sandwiched together and wrong.
So really, what we should have been doing is, as you're slowly tensioning the bolts, should have been turning the engine until you feel it pop into place.
Yes. Yeah.
And that was just-
or before we even put the engine in, I should have spun the torque converter on it a lot and,
yeah.
and pushed back the
I mean,
entire time.
yeah.
And then also measured it. Turns out there's only one video on the internet that gives you a measurement.
course there
like you
is.
basically you put a pry bar against the face of the transmission, and then you do certain like areas
In
of the
spots
torque
you can
converter to
measure
see
it.
how far out it is.
That's
yeah.
fair,
I'm
but-
like, yeah, I wish I would have known. I wish I would have thought about this.
And that's
at
something you
all.
probably couldn't have even done by yourself in reality. Of like, you can't turn it and see.
Oh
if it's
yeah,
gonna
no,
pop
it
and
yeah it.
You had to basically deadhead it against those keys and hope it pops into place as you tighten it slowly.
Yep.
That's not
So.
ideal. So,
Fuck
the trans is
that.
coming out.
It's out. Yeah, it's currently on the ground. The torque converter spins, whether it's right or it broke anything inside. I don't know. I texted Brian. I'm like, did we hear a pop? Because I really thought we did.
I'm like, I don't remember hearing a pop.
I thought we heard a big pop and crack.
There's a lot of noises trying to get it in and out, though.
No, like when it was done and I was like tightening up all the bolts, I came out of it and I could have swore I thought I heard a pop.
I don't remember
And,
it.
and I thought we were
but-
like, well, hope that wasn't important.
Yeah, that happens.
But yeah, so I'm like, at this point, I'll say I can take the torque converter out. It's like 6 or 8 bolts to pull the pump out of the transmission, and then I can try to check the gear.
You can at least look at it and see
Yeah.
if it's wrong. Like if
I don't even want to do that. I'll be honest. Oh, and I spilled another 2 quarts of fucking transmission fluid. I don't know how it has any more transmission fluid
it's
in
got
this fucking
gallons
Hey,
inside of
Dude,
it.
I've
At
literally dropped a
least-
gallon of fucking transmission oil on the ground, and it's still
There's
coming
so
out.
At
much.
least it's not like regular oil. Like for people who don't
No, it's
know, like
worse.
transmission fluid is fucking soap. It's a detergent.
But
Yeah,
that
it's
means
not-
it also cleans into the concrete.
well,
and
yeah,
stains
like
it.
if you don't rinse it off like
And it's-
that day.
Well,
it'll
this was in my
fucking, like,
garage. The
etch
truck's
it.
in my garage now.
In the new garage.
No, it's in my old garage.
Well, who
but-
gives a fuck?
the guy trying to buy it after
yeah,
his,
it's the fact that
all
I have
right,
an oil
fair,
spot, a giant oil
fair.
spot out in the driveway, and now in the
See,
garage too.
I had a great idea. It's like, let's just oil stain everything.
just permanently
Gallons
stain
and
the
just
whole.
start-
yeah, fuck it.
You're like, oh, it's got a seal coat on it. Okay, because when you wash it, it just bubbles and rainbows.
No, I'm definitely planning to power wash everything
Power
at
wash
some
the-
point before.
Use your
it
little
gets
carpet
sold officially.
shampooer and fucking let it
Yeah,
rip. Fuck. Or yeah, just
No, I have a gallon of Simple Green that I'm
I
gonna
was just
soak
about
it
to say,
and then
bring the
just-
fucking hot seal.
I'm
over
gonna
and
power
just-
wash my entire garage out, my entire driveway out, and
we do have
just
a
be
hot
done.
seat.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'd probably be all right. I don't know if you'd have an outlet to run it though.
No,
think
no,
it's like a-
probably not. Like a dryer.
No,
or
it's a
220?
small outlet, but it's not a 110.
Yeah.
I think I know which. Yeah, it's
It's-
like keyed and shit.
It's like a
yeah,
triangle or like
Yeah.
pointed out instead of squared up.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we've
I
got
gotcha.
we've got one of those. You probably don't.
Probably not.
So you don't have 220 at your house. Probably
Yeah.
don't have.
No,
that.
I'll be okay.
So
I'll be okay with Simple Green and my pressure washer and the fact that I don't care anymore.
You just run
so.
from the water heater
Yeah.
outside, get hot water.
Or I just don't care enough.
No,
and
I wouldn't
be
care.
good enough.
Yeah, no, it'd probably be
So-
all
I
right.
cleaned it. Be fucking happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cleaned it.
I can't wait to have all the shit out of that garage, dude. Oh,
You have so much room again.
yeah, I know.
And he'll
I'll say
fill it up within a year.
update on that. Well, no, it'll be almost. I could fill it the day I move in, honestly, but it's a matter of trying to build the upstairs. I'm probably gonna leave where my truck's gonna sit.
You should just get
full
a
of
shipping
shit.
container to fill.
That the
shit.
second I have money, that is what I'm gonna
That's
do.
number
I'm gonna
step
buy.
one.
Yeah, I'm buying at least a 20, probably
just-
a 40-footer,
just get a 40,
and just to throw everything out that I don't need at the moment in there.
and they're weatherproof.
Yeah.
So that, like you could put stuff that kind of matters in there without being worried about it.
Yep, exactly.
As long as you're mower and ATV and shit, stuff that can go in there.
Yep.
I would do that
A
immediately.
deep storage.
Yeah.
And then you just have it for later.
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly. Once I
Yeah.
have money, that's the plan. As well as buying
Put it next to the garage. That could be your walkout patio.
I was just about to say, dude, do you know how
of it.
Yeah.
Do you know how fucking tits it would be if you put a lean-to on the one side, cut a hole out, and put like a man door in there, and
We did
that was
that.
like the chill.
Yeah,
spot out
we
back?
did the same thing. We built our own trusses, and we put a
Canopy.
canopy,
Canopy-esque.
a tarp roof over top
Yeah.
of it. It was
Canopy
our
sounds
makeshift shop at one of the quarries we were in. We had 2 containers, and we just built a simple
That
little
is
roof.
That is
And
like a super normal thing.
It
people
was
do.
so much better than doing this out because we're in the pit is where this was at,
Yeah.
rather than going all the way up out of the pit to the shop. Yeah, I mean it wasn't nearly that nice.
No,
it was
but they
just
make
kind of
they make like
shit.
stills.
But yeah,
They make like kits for this. But like,
Oh, yeah.
you
Yep.
set up your 2 containers. You could fill full of junk and then put a big roof so you're in the shade
Yep.
somewhat.
Yep,
Like
yep.
this is where you park your truck and your trailer and your
Yes.
shit. Stuff
Yeah.
that doesn't need to be inside.
Yep.
But keeping the sun and tree
Yeah.
sap off of it.
Yeah.
How is the tree sap out there?
out there,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You haven't noticed it yet.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I have a black walnut tree right in front of the garage, which will eventually be cut down.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And I have
black
a-
walnut.
I don't know what type of tree is on the corner of the garage, which is also
Yeah.
big and it's over top of it, which I
Tree-shaped
won't cut
tree.
down.
Yeah.
Those 2 are the start. There's 2 of them.
It's
kinda
an aspen.
just off of it a little
You can
bit.
tell the way what it is from how it is.
You can tell it's an aspen because the way it is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, that red one.
This one?
Yeah.
Dude, how fucking tits
Yeah.
would that be?
I'm
Yeah,
kind of
Just
planning
sit
to do
out there
that
and
anyway.
get fucking hammered.
When I have parts cars,
we
that need
could
to
bring
sit
the
out there,
solo
Yeah.
stove out and just get shit
yeah.
faced.
Or you could just put a tractor ring right here.
Yeah. I have a
'Cause
tractor
you-
ring.
You could put a whole like chimney and everything. Make a little pizza oven and do all sorts of cool stuff, you know?
Yeah,
But yeah.
with all the
Damn.
shit I burn in that
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
fire
no
ring,
shit.
maybe
You wanna keep
not.
it away from
Maybe we
you.
don't cook over top of it.
No, but
yeah.
yeah, like set up a container and do one of these covers or make your own.
I'll
obviously,
say at least a lean-to.
but that's what, literally like
Yep.
it's a super common
Yep.
thing of just
Yep,
to put
yep,
an
yep.
awning over it because this stuff
Yep.
could sit outside forever.
It's just to
But it's
keep
better
the
than it
rain
doesn't-
and the snow.
and if you're gonna work
off
on it, just being out of the sun,
Yeah.
saves you like 30 degrees
Oh,
of heat.
easily.
Instantly worth it.
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'd probably grab a
My
container.
thoughts was
They're
exactly
pretty
that for
relatively
a couple
cheap for what
couple,
they are.
you can get a
Couple grand.
40 feet for a couple grand. Yeah, it's not
yeah.
too bad.
Yeah.
And there's one in fucking not Seneca Halls it, wherever Seneca's place is.
no,
Oh,
I
like-
I know
they-
what you're
there's
talking about.
United Rentals sells containers
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
through some
Gotcha.
dude who's right there, and
Yeah.
they'll deliver it and everything.
Gotcha.
Like,
I didn't know. I saw the containers there. I'm like, surely they have to be.
yeah, there's just a
selling
lot
this.
full of
Yeah.
containers there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
those
fair.
are for sale. So
Gotcha.
talk to Obermiller about it because
Yeah.
he has bought one from them.
Yeah,
and it worked
cool.
out awesome.
Perfect.
Then we
Will do.
sprayed the whole thing with paint, and it
Yeah.
looks really good now. But
Hell yeah. I don't even care. Like,
no, don't you don't need to get his is
Yeah.
like a slightly used but in really good shape.
Yeah.
You can get like a beat to fuck one.
Yeah, for dirt cheap.
as long as it closes
Well,
and is
I-
watertight,
yeah.
who gives a
Well, that's what it's
Honestly-
like. Their ratings are like watertight, like
Yeah.
like something, and like one trip where they used it
Yes.
one time and it's brand
Yep.
new.
Yep.
And for what they are, you don't need one trip.
No.
Yeah.
Like it's like waterproof, weather tight, and then like the next. It's some scale.
Yeah.
But
Weather tight would be nice. But
Yeah.
that's about it.
that's like the cheapest ones. Are like they hold water out.
Yep.
They're
Yep.
fine.
Perfect.
Like,
Yeah.
are they dented? Sure.
Yeah.
But they
Who
work.
gives a shit? Give me a blowtorch
Yep,
and a
yep.
hammer and
Be like the guy at your fucking
Half
last
a
job where he
handle.
just pushed it with the fucking.
I literally, there's an ad
Could you buy
on
that one?
Facebook. There's an ad on Facebook. I swear to God, it looks identical to it.
There's a big dent in the side
I'm
of it.
not kidding you, dude. It looks so close to. I've seen it probably 20 times on Facebook.
Do
I'm
they-
like, what the hell?
Do they auction shipping
Containers?
containers there?
Yes,
You
they
should just
do.
go there and be like,
Sometimes.
be like, I got $500. Give me one of them, please.
Everybody does that. Though,
I'm sure,
honestly.
yeah.
That's and then like there's closing fees is
Yeah,
like
that's
10% too,
So
and
you,
like this and that.
You have
so.
to be pretty cheap.
and then you
get
have to
out there.
haul it. So
Yeah. Where
you
the
got a
ones
42-foot trailer.
it's not.
Oh.
But with fenders, I need a straight deck.
you can put on top of the fenders.
Yeah.
They don't weigh anything.
Yeah, just
Put
get
some- well,
a
put some-
jack stand
cribs
and
and
put it
stuff,
on
yeah.
the front and the rear, and you'll be fine.
we could make bad solutions to this.
Yeah.
It could be done, but
Yeah, I know.
Even worse,
But
put it up on
just
top
put
of the
some-
gooseneck.
Yeah, just put some metal car ramps in the front and the back. You'll
I
be
have
fine.
a habit of losing those. So I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
do.
What? No. Only one. It's
Fair.
not a habit. One's not a habit.
Fair.
Two would be a habit.
Fair, good point.
Oh shit!
But hopefully that'll be fixed soon too, because we ordered steel to build a new ramp.
Exactly.
You're gonna have Brad do it and fucking
No.
overbuild them.
It's going to be identical to the one that's already
It
there.
is the
That's it.
exact same material as everything on
Yeah.
there. We're gonna build it literally to match it, and he's gonna Herculiner both of them.
Fuck it.
Oh no! Honestly, I'm just gonna do the one.
That's
That way,
insane.
I always know
That's
it's like
insane.
if that ramp fails, I know it's because we did it wrong.
I can assure
We
you,
welded it.
you'll look at them side by side and you'll know which one's which.
Fair,
Because
yeah.
one will look a lot nicer than the other.
fair.
But yeah, we're gonna build an identical ramp, and that shouldn't be too bad.
Yep. Hopefully before Rallycross.
It should be early next week. It'll get here.
Yeah.
and it's just
Cool.
cut 2 channels.
Well, I
to
say
length and some
ideally,
angle.
I'm gonna finish the F-150, and then I can come build that ramp, and then I get to start on the Jeep, and then
Speaking of Jeep,
Yeah.
this weekend is Customer Appreciation Day
Yeah.
at Badlands.
yep.
I don't know what to do with that information, but
I saw it too. I
Yeah.
didn't.
I'm like, I could go, and then my turbo's gonna be here tomorrow. I'm like, I should probably stay home.
You know,
Yeah, it's fair.
Speaking of things that we
I could bring my 4-wheeler. I guess.
Maybe-
Bring your Subaru. Take it to
may
the
or
dunes.
may not
Needs
go
to run
to.
on for Rallycross.
But it could go to the. You gotta test the
I
radiator.
could. I honestly.
It'd probably be really.
It'd be
fun.
pretty cool out there. Like
It'd
I
be-
wouldn't mind.
It'd actually be a lot of fun.
if only I had any sort of money.
You don't need money.
Yeah.
It's fucking Customer
Speaking of
Appreciation
things
Day.
we may or may not go to, I don't know if I'm gonna go to next rally event.
That's fine.
You suck. It's like 3 weeks, 2 weeks
For-
away.
You mean your
August?
car that's
for this month?
You mean your car
Yeah.
that's chronically
Oh.
dying every time
Well,
you rally it?
that and I don't know.
I can tow it back.
Do I really want to spend the fucking money?
The $130 to register.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And then beat the shit out
Just
of it.
show up
some
and do
more.
camera work. I don't care.
Fair.
Bitch.
I will.
Oh, hey, we could test the Jackery out and the Starlink.
See? Look how much fun you could have. It's honestly just you don't have to corner work then.
yeah.
That's the worst part of
I-
the day is standing in the sun
I don't
getting
know
dusty.
yet. It's
Or you
it's-
get to pick your corner on the track that's not dusty.
You're like,
that
hey,
you can be in.
yeah, you could get a media pass and go out there with your camera.
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
You
Haven't.
need a spotter, you know.
Yeah.
Nick,
I will.
you
I
can
will
be my
still
spotter.
be able to have one
I can't
spot
make it
on my
this month.
trailer.
Fuck.
So,
Yeah.
and I'm planning to
I
go
don't
up to
know yet.
practice and bring
Yeah.
the camper and
I would-
spend the night. So
I don't
Either
know.
way.
I don't know.
yeah.
You don't know.
I saw it on the calendar and I was like,
Yeah.
do I want to go? Do I not want to go? Do I want to spend the money? Do I not want to spend the money? Do I want to beat the shit out of this thing more than it's already been beating the shit out of?
I think it's supposed to be fairly nice.
Well, yeah, but it's
but
still
still.
gonna overheat.
Yeah. Well, at practice, 100%.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
You
Oh,
run,
yeah.
do run after run after run, but
Yeah.
that's just a torture test, if anything.
I don't know.
No, you don't have to. I mean, it's unless you're going to go for points and try to win your division.
You won't.
Well, that's
Which, if you're going to do that, you need to register as an SCCA member
yeah.
to
That's,
be technically ranked.
that's not gonna happen.
Well, then, fucking don't worry about it.
Well, I thought it did give us SCCA membership when it was.
You're doing a weekend
Oh
pass.
yeah. It said It said I had to do 60 days.
You do a
or
30
within
day
60
pass.
days.
Yeah. They give you a coupon towards it in your
Yeah.
email.
Yep.
So you can save money when you do register. I
Yeah.
registered, and Michael, I think he did too.
Gotcha.
But with your
will they
with
not
your-
give me a award if I win my championship? If I win
you'll
it?
get your day award, but you won't
Yeah.
get a year
Yeah.
end summary award because you're just I don't know you're not
You're not
dedicated.
special enough.
Because when you do your membership for the SCCA,
Yeah.
you pick your region and pay your dues to that region.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
So technically, you're a guest. You're
yeah,
not
right
actually
now.
signed
Yeah.
in, you know?
I gotcha.
I
I
see.
gotcha.
So, and you can sign in the day before the awards banquet and be like, I should win, right?
Yeah,
You're like,
fair.
yep, all right, fair enough. But
Fair.
if not, then your points.
I'll see how the next event goes, and if I
You get
blow my
fourth,
shit up,
your
and I'm like,
CV
yeah, I don't
axle
care.
blew
Yep,
off.
fuck it. Yeah.
Lost a wheel because you cross-threaded them or something, you know,
Yeah.
something like that. But,
Yep.
But yeah, so technically, and you could, like, when you're an SCCA member, you get a bunch of cool discounts at places and stuff.
Oh, really?
Like 10% off, like some EBC brakes and this and that.
Oh, okay.
I
But
can't afford them in the first place.
you get up to 30% off Easy Up instant canopies.
I already bought one.
I know. Everyone already has one.
I have access to like 6
Yeah,
of
I know.
them.
It's like, damn,
Yeah,
like that's
damn.
everybody has.
Do you want
one,
the
so it's
10x10, the 8x8, or the 6x6?
20
Take
by
your fucking
20?
pick.
Give me a big dog.
My mom has a 10x20
Holy fuck, that's got to be a
with
pain
the
in
side curtains on
It'd be a
it.
pain
Oh,
in the
yeah.
The
dick to
fucker's
set up.
heavy.
Yeah,
No,
I believe it.
I don't want that, but
Jesus.
yeah, next rally is
Potty camping.
not this weekend, but next weekend. But yeah, I'm like, I was working on the truck last week. I'm like, fuck, I could go to Customer Appreciation Day. Then I'm like, why the fuck would I do that? I'm like,
Turbo.
if it's like,
Well-
if it's super nice, I'm like, maybe I should.
I'll say the only person I saw who interested in it was
Kyle
Kyle
Carpenter.
Carpenter.
Yep.
And then even like the Patreon chat, nobody's really talking about it. Mostly because anybody who is planning to go, they're planning to go to West Virginia
Oh,
in
yeah.
2 weeks after that.
Yeah, they don't want to
So-
like
or a week
break
after
their
that.
shit next
Yeah.
weekend or this weekend, and then 2 weeks from now I have to drive to West
Yep.
Virginia. Yeah,
Yep,
I get that a lot.
So, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm like, yeah, I'll probably work on the car. Probably get a lot of stuff done.
Yeah.
Now that I have all the parts, hopefully, until I'm
Yeah.
like 1 minute into it, I'm like,
Fuck
hey,
this.
where's this bolt? Like, oh, it didn't come with it. Fuck.
Yep.
Or some bullshit. But
Yep.
so yeah, that's where I'm at. Getting the fender zone was a big job. Got me excited about the truck again. So
Hell yeah.
hopefully you can make some cool progress.
Yes.
Fun.
I do have some pictures of cage renders. I could just throw those up real quick.
Yeah, I would
'cause-
be very interested to see.
I'll say, in the meantime.
Yeah, you
So
got a
I
couple
did
seconds.
have 2 offers on the house.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
and
The
do that.
one guy kind of backed out. He's like, yeah, my kid and girlfriend didn't really want me to move.
The one
yet."
that was local or the
local,
one that's
yeah.
far away?
The one that's far away is still going through it.
Gotcha.
Sent me a contract. I
I'm
was
going
waiting to
through it.
sign that contract while the local guy was waiting to give me an
Yeah.
offer. The
Because
local guy back out.
the guy who's far away, he was second dibs, yeah?
He was
they were-
first technically. He sent me a contract first,
Oh,
but
okay.
I didn't want to sell it to him because it sounded like he was going to make it like an Airbnb and shit.
So
And I was well,
Fuck
just
that.
it's a nice neighborhood. I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever. But anyway,
fair.
I need more money
I-
than I care about how
That's fair.
good the fucking neighborhood's going to be. But yeah, so I brought his contract to an attorney who's going to do my closing on the house because you have to do that when you're doing
Yep.
for sale by owner.
Yep.
Is 13 pages
okay.
for just a seller's contract,
Yeah,
which
that's honestly
technically
probably
the seller
standard.
has to do it, not the buyer.
Yeah.
So my attorney's like, yeah, he was going to put $0 earnest money down, and like he was going to make you do a plat survey, which is a $1,200 plat
He was
survey.
gonna
Fuck.
get
I was like,
everything out of you we could.
How about no? So we
Yeah.
made a 3-page
Counter.
counter.
Yeah.
And I told him like, hey, he emailed you today. Go ahead and look for that and let me know, or send it back to him, and we'll figure it
Yeah.
out from there. So.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's
fuck that.
this is
Do
the
your
most
own
progress we've
fucking
had so far. Is there's an
plat
actual
survey.
contract in the works.
Some sort of contract.
At
anyway.
least, yeah. I'm gonna like once he gets a signature on and I do, then it's gonna be, then I'm gonna like really be excited about it. But
Sweet.
in the meantime, I'm looking at 14-foot campers because
Okay.
that will fit on the front of the gooseneck, so I can live in
Yeah.
that while I build the upstairs of the garage, sell the ambulance camper, put the camper on the
Just start.
trailer.
Yeah. Change some stuff up a little bit.
Basically, yeah. So-
Okay. I dig.
But yeah, so I've been browsing on Marketplace a lot for
Marketplace.
14-foot campers
For
and
the little
whatnot.
tiny guys.
Yeah.
We
All
have
I
a
need-
tent.
Not the
Well,
same.
yeah. I want a working toilet and air conditioning and
that's
shower
fair.
because I won't have those until I get a septic installed,
Yeah.
and I don't have anywhere to put that until I build a bathroom. So
Yeah, it's also
that's
fair.
at least probably
Just
a
shit in
month.
the hole like a real man.
Well,
nah, just kidding.
not
Fuck
much
that.
better
A
than that.
latrine.
but-
Dig a latrine.
Yeah. So that's my plan currently.
Cool.
So let's check these fucking renders.
So
out.
here's my current theory.
Hell
So now this is the actual.
This is not my render.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else happens to have a super stubby OBS Ford. This is for a 102-inch wheelbase, which is even shorter than mine, which is
yours
good
108?
Lord.
108. So this is 6 inches shorter than mine still.
You just extend the back
But
out and change the angle.
This is mostly for stuff around the cab.
Oh, hey, we have the same
Yeah.
wheelbase. Mine's 108.5.
Yeah, that's why I ended up there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever explained that to anybody. Like,
I think you did, but I'll say I just remember that mine. I never
Because-
measured mine because I never knew exactly where it was
Right.
sitting.
Yeah.
Now that the axles are mostly done, yeah, I measured it was like 108.5.
my final theory is I want 112 inches.
Yeah.
So for right now, I went to 108. That way, when I link the front and or rear, I can stretch them
Push it.
each 2 inches forward
Gotcha.
and backwards. So the front would go forward 2, that put me at 110, backwards to 112.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of my like. If you're on 40s at full width, you want about that much. That way, it still turns worth a damn.
Gotcha.
Versus
Oh.
like 140-inch wheelbase, it won't move.
Yeah.
Kind
So
of thing.
I ordered some rough country 2-inch spacers.
Wheel spacers.
Yeah, for the front
Okay.
instead of those crap ones.
Yeah.
These are the right lug studs and everything.
Okay.
Ran into the same problem. That inner
What?
the inner diameter is also wrong. There's still like a 1/4-inch gap from the end of the spacer to the back of the
That's very
flange.
that's very strange.
So I'm like,
So we need to bore them still.
yeah, I don't know. Like,
Is there like a in the hub? Does it like taper in at all, or is it just the hub? Is
I'm gonna
straight?
have to have you look at it
Yeah.
and like we're gonna figure something out because I
So
genuinely
we might genuinely need to turn these on the leg.
I don't get I don't know if I just have the one-off hub that's too big or like it's a little bit of
Or
rust.
if you're ordering, well, no, fuck.
no, it's
'Cause
any
Super 60s are
05
all
to
the
like
same.
16 is a very standard hub. Then they change a little bit instead of in the 17 pluses. But the spacers are everybody says
Yeah.
the spacers are good from 05 to 24.
but just not yours.
Just not mine.
That's very strange.
Go fuck yourself.
So I'm like, I don't get it.
Maybe your hub has like a fucking adapter ring on it, and you just can't tell because it's on there
Well,
really
it's
well.
like-
it's
it's
just
like-
rusted. To
It's not
shit.
even an
Can't tell
adapter.
the
It's like the
difference.
center board.
Yeah,
just
it's just
past
slightly
the cap.
wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, we could
Weird.
turn it down. It'd be all right.
I want to look at it, and I'm like, surely these are designed to be up against the back of the flange.
I would have to assume
Because
so.
like how they sit right now, the end of the factory stud is perfectly flush with the end of the spacer.
Okay.
I'm like, these could just be pressed on, like the center of the hub.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but if any of those get loose,
it'll never come off either.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, it's
You
a
don't-
one and
yeah,
done.
You don't need a press fit for your wheel adapter.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't get like I'm confused.
That's
now.
very strange.
So that's why I'm like, maybe I'm missing something here. That's why I'm gonna have you look at it and be like, yeah, we can turn them down. do
We can
whatever,
either turn them on or you just run a hole saw through them to open the bore up a little bit.
but-
Because with 8 studs, you're going to be stud centric anyway,
Yeah.
essentially. It'd be nice to be hub centric, but it just isn't.
yeah,
And then something else related to words that I was saying that really matters, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter. So,
Yeah.
But either way, like,
It'll be fine. It's for testing
and
purposes only.
And you're not going to go that fast or that far with it for now.
yeah.
And if you're going to do that, you'll have nicer wheels for the,
Fair.
you'll have
eventually
custom
yeah.
bead locks or something by then.
Yeah.
If you're going to like daily drive.
I just want to put fucking wheels back on it. It's still sitting on jack stands,
Yeah.
which isn't the biggest deal because I do need to do like set up the front end and steering and shit. But still, it's like, oh
but
my
still,
god.
it's like if I could roll it, that'd be kind of
yeah,
cool.
like the plan is once the steering is on and I can put tires on it, it will be on the trailer and be moved to the new
that-
property.
Yeah, new
Just
place.
because like, yeah, basically once the F-150 is done, once the Jeep's rollable again,
Mm-hmm.
it's bring everything to the
Yeah.
new property because
Start
there's
moving-
no reason
just start
to keep
moving
it out.
stuff.
Yeah, that way I have motivation to like, all right, get it fucking insulated, get a fucking mini split coming, and
Start doing it.
yeah,
Yep.
and then at least I have somewhere comfortable to sleep because for like a week or two I won't, unless I do find a fucking
If you could
camper.
if you could fill an air mattress off the tire of your
Oh,
truck,
fuck. Here we go.
I know a guy.
I threw them all in the dumpster.
Oh really?
yeah.
Damn.
Well, I have the hose kit still, but not the actual mattresses.
Oh,
you could
okay.
buy a mattress for $14 and fill it
Okay,
off that,
fair.
but I took the gauge off because I wanted that at home.
Okay, yeah.
And then
Well, because
threw the air mattress away 'cause they're useless.
when me and the girlfriend went to the drive-in,
Brag.
she's like, let's do air mattresses. I'm like, how about we just steal all the cushions off the couch instead?
Oh,
like,
your
'cause I don't
lumpy
have
ass
any.
fucking cushion.
Oh yeah.
Blue's at home like, what
No,
the
no,
fuck? Oh, yeah,
she
you
came
brought
with
it.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah, you brought
But
us.
she'd be
Yeah.
home, she'd be like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
My bed.
Yeah.
She's like, fine, I'm shitting on the floor, bitch.
Yeah.
In the
Try me.
basement
Try me.
specifically.
Right. But yeah.
What are you doing?
But yeah, I was like, oh, I could ask Brian. He has some. I know.
It would work, but now I've got a Morflate air hub, and
Yeah, hell
I've used it a couple times, and it's really cool.
Hell yeah.
You got a cot. You'll be fine.
That's
I
not
for
for-
one
for
person.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, maybe not
yeah.
for 2. It probably wouldn't work out. Good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So, yeah.
some random cage renders. Like these are all designs other people did, but I do like.
It's something to base it.
It gives
off
me an
of.
idea.
Yep.
Like I'll change up this back because there's no crossbar here, which is insane.
Yeah, that's
Like
fucking
this
weird.
triangle's good, but you want side load protection,
Yes.
not just top protection.
Yeah.
top.
But like the top of the cage, I do kind of that works good. Fenders, I like how that all lays out.
Mm-hmm.
This tube here will get replaced with a rock slider.
Yeah.
So this will drop down and land on it. This will drop down, land on it. Ties to this. The back, I don't like the straight look, so they're going to bend. More like this.
Yeah. In inner towards the frame.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Rather
this
than
is,
straight-
This was just a truck
straight
for
back.
sale on Facebook, and I'm like, damn, that's a good picture to save for this.
Yeah. That's a, oh, I actually really like the back design.
Same.
Yeah. This is a rounded tube the other way.
There. Yep.
There's another picture of it here, I think, but you can't tell much. But
Yep.
this rounds across,
Yep.
where I'd probably have the tubes come down and bend into themselves, into the frame.
Yep.
Yeah.
One tube, but I'd still brace it across, copy most
Yep.
of
Oh
this.
yeah.
Similar
Especially that across the back of the cab.
The back of the cab, I'd probably keep this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
That's-
one, and it
yeah.
also has the
Except-
rectangle tube on the bottom.
except these don't line up.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Your tube
It's-
joints should all tie together.
Yes.
So I would probably change these angles a little bit.
Yeah.
But still, I mean that's
it's
giving
theory.
you the
But he also
basic.
has. You see the slider.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got his outer tube hoop drops down to the slider, same as mine would do.
Yep.
And
Yep.
braces over to the frame,
It's
same as
still
mine.
giving
And I
you-
do like the in the middle of that as well.
Yeah, everything in here is
Yeah.
pretty solidly similar.
It's still giving you a basis for where your geometry
Yeah,
should lay out.
here's kind of how the back tubes. This is a little bit tall,
Yeah.
but same kind of like comes down and
Same
bends
idea.
down,
Yep.
drops. This is a little bit more simple of a cage. This is just another blurry ass picture with a Grand Prix in the background.
Hell yeah.
But
Hell yeah.
it comes
it's a
down.
Ranger.
Comes down and bends. Yeah. But similar. This will be kind of how my fenders lay out. This will be outer tubes that bend around with plate on them. Everything kind of crosses and drops down. Similar. A lot of just inspirational pictures.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
Nice.
I saw this. I'm like, oh, that's the right cab. I'm like, where did you get this model? I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to draw it myself, but still.
I thought you had a crazy ass
I
model
have one,
already.
but it's way too detailed for what I'm doing. And it's like the file's like a couple hundred megabytes. So it's a real pain in the ass to work with. And it's just an STL, so nothing's in the right scale.
Oh,
it's not
that
like a step or
sucks.
something, but
Yeah.
yeah. Gonna start kind of thinking of cage stuff while I'm in between Fiesta work and fit work and racing and whatever else I do. Is
Fun.
the theory.
All right.
But yeah. Well, that's about an hour and a half ish.
Yeah, I don't think we have much more than that.
Yeah, we had
nothing.
I did not do shit in
Hold
the
on
past week.
just a
Yeah,
second.
yeah,
Tractor supply.
Ooh, tractor supply.
I found something that you need, Marcus.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
They sell head
2.5s.
You motherfucker.
Absolutely got him.
Is it copper spray?
It is copper gasket spray. You congrats, you win.
God, I can't believe that happened.
Is it a chicken skeleton? It's a chicken
It
skeleton.
is a 6
I
foot.
am not fucking
Holy
paying
fuck.
300.
It is a
It's
6
6
foot
feet
tall.
Suck my
In stock-
turtle my balls.
But it's 6 feet tall chicken skeleton.
I'm not fucking no.
Dude.
No,
Oh.
absolutely not. If it was like $100, absolutely.
Caitlin wants one of those like 10-foot skeletons
Oh,
you
yeah.
can get
Yeah,
at Home Depot.
dude. Yeah.
And like it would go great in their little section in the
Well, hey,
backyard.
Now they do make smaller ones. Like this one's like 28 inches tall for
There you go.
$50.
You may as well just splurge and get the 6 foot though.
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, come
See,
on, man.
here's the problem. I'm broke as fuck.
Bro, all of us are, man.
Well, not all of us, but you
Yeah.
know.
Sorry. Must be nice.
I don't have to drive
We go
to
to-
work.
How about a 3 foot one?
3 foot.
That's $60. 3 foot
Well,
tall.
he don't have any. You don't have any roosters.
Here comes the rooster.
Oh no.
Do a spooky little thing. But yeah, I saw those. I'm like, that's like 6 foot's kind of
I
cool.
I also saw this. It came
You
up
probably
on
did,
like
yeah.
some reels and
I
shit. I'm
saw
like,
it on
"Aw."
something. I was like, oh, that's cool.
like,
and then I like looked at the price. I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah, I saw
fucking
6 foot tall. I'm like, that's cool. $300. Not cool.
Yeah.
Not a big. Like, it's just plastic. but-
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
But
I
the
think
white women go crazy for it.
white women love skeletons.
Yeah.
Crazy how they do that.
Christ.
All right.
Yeah, no, I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I built a new watering thing for the chicken coop. That
You've
was
been playing farming sim, right?
well,
You've
yeah.
been, we've been grinding bread out.
I was actually gonna check my hours log. I'm like, dude, it's gotta be like
too
100 or
many.
something.
Oh, God.
Like it's a lot.
Speaking of hours logged, I think we logged enough for this week.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.